What is going on, everybody? And welcome to episode number 77, where I was had to think there for a second. I was like, wait, 77. All right. And I just want to make sure that everybody knows, for the person that commented in our last live stream and podcast and whatever else, the title of this is specifically for you, sir. We do play Destiny. I just want to make sure it's episode 77. We do play Destiny.
Not me though.
Just so you know. Well, okay. Well, you don't count. You're not old enough. You don't even know who you don't even know who Shredder was from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You want to fucking
know that. I don't even know that.
Jesus Christ. Oh, also too, I'm glad I'm cursing a storm, as one of the topics we're gonna go over is the YouTube new cursing policy.
Hey, it's okay. We have that intro specifically designed to get us through the ouchie window.
So that's our Centro. That's like the window that we just long enough just for me.
That's what we call it. Yeah.
Yeah, that is just for me. Well, everybody, welcome in. My name is Sinan, and I'm here with the boys and my fellow host, Scruffy, Enigma, and Bill, holding it down for another episode of the Pre-Patch Podcast, where we give you the gaming news, tech gadget. What is it? What was it? What was the script? You want me to read the script again? No script. Okay. Okay. I can pull my mic away so I'm really quiet. Can you guys hear me? No. Anyway. So hey, look, man, I said on our intro that we're like the most real thing. Like, I want to give people the authentic experience, right? No script.
Yeah, but I didn't use that. I clipped all that.
Well, that's your fault. Whose fault is that?
If they want the authentic experience, they'll have to see the pre-show sometime.
Yeah, there you go. Right, you gotta pay $1 to our Patreon account and our OF to get into the pre-show. Actually, that's what we should do. We should do it on OF. We should do an OF pre-show.
Yeah. Okay, then we could do anything there.
Well, I mean, we could go to Kick. Oh, wait a minute. No, we can't. And we'll talk about that later too.
Go the original route of OnlyFans is meant for.
Right.
Dude, there's actually quite a bit of like non NSFW on OF. I was actually really surprised.
And PH, you'd be surprised.
Okay.
Doesn't
your mom listen to this podcast?
That just makes me have more questions
on PH.
I just watch Minecraft Let's Plays. That's all.
That just makes me have more questions as to
Oh my God, dude, our society is fucking going down the toilet.
Anyways,
well, welcome to
derailing, and here we are.
You're talking about D something. If you're going to PH to look for Minecraft,
talking about railing of some sort. That's
my God.
It doesn't stop.
Well, like we said, this is the truest form of gamer news. If you ever wanted to get it, welcome to the Pre-Patch Podcast, boys and girls. We are hosting and doing this live, whether we're here on Twitch and or on YouTube. But if you can't catch the show, or you need to step out, or you got to take a PP break, or whatever it may be, I don't know, whatever. You got a
PP break on your PP break.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is the PP break for y'all. So
yeah. Or maybe you need something to listen to on the toilet, or while you're leaving to go to PH to watch your Minecraft Let's Plays, or whatever it may be. We are here, and you can catch us on all of your podcast apps that you want, and Spotify. So we're pretty much everywhere. We're like
Spotify's a podcast app. You're being redundant now.
Spotify is a podcast. Well, is it considered a podcast app, or is it considered just a music platform?
Technically, it is considered a podcast app because they did buy Anchor. So technically, Anchor is now Spotify podcast.
You know what? Fuck! I don't think I'm subscribed to our podcast. I'm not subscribed to our podcast on Spotify.
I think even I am.
Jesus, dude. Do it live. Do it right now.
Yeah, I will. Well, I'll
Bill
do it live.
O'Reilly, that shit.
Here, I'm gonna go right over Enigma's face. I'm gonna go over right Enigma's face, and I'm gonna go search it up right now. Here we go. Pre-patch.
Good Lord.
It's in reverse.
Podcast.
So
well, I can't help that.
Just everyone flip their eyes.
Just look backwards.
Yeah. Here we go. Wait, am I?
No,
there it is. Hold on. No, there it is. It's following. See, okay, I'm okay.
There
we go.
Okay, you get a pass this time. What about iTunes?
I don't even have iTunes. Do people still use iTunes? Is that still?
I'm pretty sure iTunes is defunct.
I think it is. It's podcasts
for music. It's still a thing, but
they're gonna start up a competitive streaming platform to Kick. So.
Let's do it.
All right. Well, welcome everybody again. Oh my God. episode 77. This is how every show goes. Like if you're new to the podcast, we normally spend a good 15-20 minutes just derailing out of it, especially now that we do this every week and we have time to do it. So now it's even worse. But yeah, we kick off every single show talking about Twitch, YouTube, and now Kick News, and what is going on in the world of all of that shit. And there has been news and not really drama, I would say, but we're going to start this off. And Bill, I'm going to let you take this one as our resident YouTube connoisseur and partnered streamer and content creator. YouTube's new cursing policy, I guess is what we should say.
The new cursing policy, which is just the 2022 policy with a little less gray area. And
the new
like
old
new. Yeah, so end of the year 2022, start of 2023, YouTube made the big change where swearing was going to be heavily demonetized. First 15 seconds of the video couldn't have any swear in it whatsoever, whether it was shit or fuck or anything in between. And then,
well, god damn it, now we're fucked.
Well, not anymore, because luckily they have reverted that. They also spelled it out quite a bit more on what will get you demonetized and what won't get you demonetized. Now it's only the first 7 seconds, and it has to be a hard swear, which is
hard
fuck.
swears.
Like fuck and
swears.
Like others in that be creative. You also cannot
see
have
you next Tuesday word.
Yeah, there you go. You also can't have anything like that in your title or thumbnail. So that's
who's putting dicks in their thumbnail?
I don't know, man. People be wild.
I was going to. I mean, that's
well, just put yourself
that's for Scruffy's P Hub.
Just put your content as naked yoga. That's still allowed, so don't worry about it.
There you go.
Yeah. But now basically swears are not created equal. There's hard swears, moderate swears, and light swears. Light swears will never get you demonetized. Medium swears, as long as they don't show up in your thumbnail and your title, are fine. And then hard swears, as long as they're not within the first 15 seconds, or sorry, first 7 seconds, because it's down to 7 from 15 seconds. Not in your thumbnail or title, and not in an overwhelming majority of your sentences. That was their stipulation that they said in their patch notes. I
still love that it's like they're so vague on it's just it can't be excessive, and it's like, well, what is excessive? Like, is it excessive to me? Is it excessive to you? Like,
at least they gave the instance of most sentences, so that's better than anything we've gotten from YouTube in the past.
Because like excessively using the F word for me is like, that's excessive. Like, I use it a lot. I'm just
that's my daily. That's like asking me not to breathe. Like, what are you talking about? So I guess what happens to COD lobbies?
They also had the stipulation with music and like comedy routines and stuff like that, where they are going to be lighter on the censorship for those forms of media.
Like chart of like their rating, like, because you said they have like a light, medium, and hard.
They gave examples of each of those categories. Okay. Honestly, the only 2 words that I think actually fit into the hard category are fuck and cunt. I think those are the only 2.
Wow.
Say that like 5 more times and be excessive.
Wow.
Just if we were if we were monetized, there it goes. Bill, thanks.
Bill does not agree with the use of that word. He was just doing it for educational purposes.
Yeah, exactly. It's like back in the old iDubbbz days.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's so. Wait, what about all like? Yeah, do they allow it for music? So like any Eminem song is now like immediately demonetized.
Well, I mean, music. If you're doing like that kind of music, you're going to get demonetized anyway from DMCA. But you're not going. They're lighter on the.
No, I'm saying the actual. I'm saying the actual artist. Like.
They're lax on the policy for those forms of art. Both, like I said, they specifically said music and comedy type sketches.
Yeah, but Sin's got a good point though with like say like COD lobbies and like just things that more are out of your control.
Hey, that's on you, boo boo. I don't know what to tell you. Plus, I don't think COD lobbies are going to be something where you can you're going to have an overwhelming majority of the sentences, like from a. If you're talking about a stream standpoint, I don't think because you can moderate that easily enough. Somebody starts spouting off the mouth some heinous shit, you just mute that,
That's true.
scrub it at the end of the stream, and you're good to go.
What if the streamer is the one that's spouting off the heinous shit?
Well, you know,
Aiden,
man.
Aiden.
Sometimes the world just needs to see the real you, and there will be people that'll flock to that, and there will be people that don't, and you know that's kind of a separating factor, like oil and water.
Well, talking about the real you, Twitch has stepped into the whole deepfake kind of arena, and they're creating their own deepfakes now. It's really weird. So they are doing basically standing up for their creators, right? In the situation where, if you remember, a few weeks ago we talked about this, where there was essentially AI generated content that lived on adult websites of creators, Pokimane, other, people, QT Cinderella, several others that were obviously fakes. And Twitch, none of the platforms really had come out and said anything about it as far as like what they were going to do. But now Twitch has come to the stance that they say that if you are promoting it, if you are advocating for it, I think you can still react or like talk about it, right? You just can't promote. I think where it was at.
I think that talking about it is still considered promoting it. I know I'm not entirely sure on that, but I think that it was just like any discussion about it is prohibited.
So are we not allowed to talk about the Twitch's stance on this thing?
I think we're supposed to we're supposed to walk around it carefully.
Okay, Twitch is basically saying don't talk about it or you're gonna get banned. Is that good enough?
I'm pretty sure that we can talk about it.
Enigma, just mute Twitch side of the podcast.
Yeah, we'll just fix it in post. This is live, right?
So
okay.
Anyway, they're sitting up for their creators, which I'm for. That's cool. I don't know if I wanted them to go this far with it, to being like I can't even say the words. Like, that's kind of
it reminds me of back in the day when Twitch put the words like simp and stuff like that into their bans list. You remember that
So
glorious
dumb.
era of Twitch?
Yep.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Remember, it's still a thing. You still can't say that.
Is it still there? Is it still a thing?
You can't. So you can say it. You can't
use it in a derogatory sense.
Correct. And if they are, it can't be deemed as being a hostile phrasing. Yeah. So like you can't attack somebody with it. So you can say like I'm a simp or I'm simping for this person, but you can't be like,
Sin is simping for Bill. It's
absolutely
fine. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Pretty cringe.
Hey man, I'm still waiting for that NFT of that beard, man. I'm still waiting for it.
And then
listen, I'm waiting for Neil to announce the NFT marketplace.
Absolutely. I'll be your first buyer, I promise.
It's gonna
just go play Dr. Disrespect's game.
There you go.
Stop. We'll talk about it on the podcast. Keep it for the show. So that's the Twitch news and the newly adopted segment that we have brought in here, which is a swift kick to the nuts of all of us that take this these platforms seriously. Is Kick. So if you're unfamiliar with Kick, we've talked about it for now 3 weeks in a row, and it is a platform that is, let's just call it what it was, which was
I'm very excited to talk about this.
So, dude, I can't. Every time I have to talk about this website, it really just kills me. I honestly, I feel like I'm being kicked in the nuts. It was basically just a degenerate version of Twitch. It was like a place that all these people could go out there and spout whatever they wanted. It was the 4chan of streaming, and they thought they could get away with it for a long time. Or not a long time, but they just thought they could get away with it. They thought they could do whatever they want, say whatever they want, pop as many titties as they wanted to pop, all this other kind of crap, be nude, show, people, wanking.
Favors.
It's fucking weird, man. Like, anyway, and obviously Aiden went over there and started to spout a shit ton of hate speech.
He went over there with a bang too, not even like streaming the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it was.
I think that's in part of the TOS now too.
It was nuts. So this whole like we're gonna be the bad boys. We're gonna go over there. You can do Wild Wild West shit. We can we're gonna stream music. We don't give a fuck. All of that shit changed. All of it changed. They all now like there's a DMCA TOS. There's a fucking there's still more lax than what Twitch is when it comes to their clothing.
Yeah.
Like you can still run around in a string bikini, but you can't be fully nude anymore. You can't pop a titty out. You can't show porn. None of that stuff.
I kind of called this back when we first started talking about it. Like, there's no way that they can continue doing
It wasn't
this
going to be
and-
sustainable.
and
Yeah.
not have some form of like TOS or some form of like
Repercussion,
18 plus
Well-
shit. Because like once you start getting into the factor of like minors watching that kind of shit, you start getting into some really big trouble with the fucking law in a lot
think they could have
continents.
They could have still gone with it, but I think
had
what
to
brought
separate
a
it.
bigger light to it was Aiden going over there and really kicking the whole like when I'm talking like hate rhetoric, I'm talking like severe hate rhetoric. Like it was
It
not
was pretty bad. Yeah.
It
I still say that even without the hate rhetoric, like they wouldn't have been able to sustain that, because again, like you have like 13-year-olds watching like full out porn, like
Yeah.
you're gonna get in a lot of trouble for that.
And you can
after a
say
while.
you can say you don't support and you denounce everything that you're showing, but you're still showing it. And that was the
Yeah.
excuse Aiden was doing, was he pulled it up. He's like, this is for y'all. I don't support this. I don't want to watch this. What do you guys want to watch?
I don't know. I mean,
It's
either
just
way,
weird. To me, that's very strange. That's very weird. Like knowing that you're I can't remember if it was Aiden Ross or if it was one of the other creators. Like knowing your creators are under the age of 14 and still doing that is like,
It's
to me, that's like borderline
mm,
pedophilia. Like that's a little out there.
I mean,
Yeah.
they could still fall. Look on the whole like idea of them being under pornographic material and minor. They do everything that they are supposed to do, which is say that it's an 18 plus check. Like you have to click the button. Like that is all that it takes for PH or any of these other sites to do this. Like it's not like there is a strict policy on what they have to do, and just because it's live streaming is any different. I really think that the reason that this went south so fast with it is because of Aiden going and taking it, because I don't think Aiden has streamed on that platform again. At least I've not seen him stream on that platform like that. Trainwrecks was pretty adamant about being like, you got to cut this shit out, man. Like I'm also Jewish. Like you're sitting here like spouting anti-Semitic stuff, and whatever. So I don't know. But either way,
Was he not banned off of Twitch, Aiden?
yeah, he's been banned off of
Oh,
Twitch a bunch of
I think
times.
so, yeah.
Well, I
Like,
thought after
constantly.
the Twitch and what he's been doing on Kick, I thought Twitch
Aiden
that.
Ross is live right now
Is he? All right.
on
Yeah.
on
On
Kick.
Kick?
Kick.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, he's permanently
well,
banned. A Twitch
Twitch.
spokesperson actually said that it was for hateful conduct in chat.
Not only is he live right now, he's live and he's doing an entire weekend stream.
Oh, that's great. It's awesome. Well, there you go. If your soul hasn't been sucked from your body yet, go ahead and head over there and jump on that one. You can fucking get.
I will
filthy.
say some of the funniest shit that I've seen that come out of this Kick thing was Destiny interviewing Aiden Ross.
that was hilarious.
That was some funny stuff, man. I don't know
He
if you guys
stood
like Destiny or
no
not, but
chance.
I
it
cannot
is
stand Destiny.
hilarious.
I'm not a big fan of him either, but no, their like talk or whatever, him like interviewing him was hilarious. Aiden couldn't say anything back to Destiny. He was just using his own words against him the entire
Yeah.
time.
Well, that's because Aiden's a moron.
Yeah. And Destiny is like a pro debater. Like there was no chance.
So he's a master debater.
That's why I said pro.
Anyway, so that's the Kick news. They have, I'm not gonna say that they've gone full blown soft on this, like, but they definitely have like curtailed it a little bit and have kind of walked it back of the idea that they can be, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
So moving on though, we now are done with all the Twitch and YouTube and Kick news, and we're going into what we've been playing. So let's kick that off. I've got Yeah, listen, no more cake.
How many games
But
you got this week, Sen?
I got two. I tried to have more. I really did, actually. I tried to because I really, and I'll say this for next show, but Dead Cells launched their Castlevania DLC.
Yeah.
And I picked it up and wanted to play it, and I haven't had a chance to really dive into it. So
Were you gonna play it on your Steam Deck?
I am gonna play on my Steam. I think you own a Steam Deck as well, correct?
By the way,
I
Bill owns a
do.
Steam Deck.
Yeah,
Nice.
I actually just got a Steam Deck, one of the docks. So I've been
Did you
playing
buy
Steam.
the Valve one, or is it a third
No,
party?
I bought a. I can't remember. It's a third party one, but it allows you to like hook up like Steam Deck or Switch or anything, any
You got a
controller input.
knockoff.
It was $13 on sale.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, nice thing is that a lot of the knockoffs for those, they're not even knockoffs.
And it
like the
doesn't
third
block
party.
the fan vents, which
Yeah,
the
they're-
Valve one I've heard does block the fan vents.
I haven't even,
hey,
dude,
man,
I
are you
still have
talking
mine
about
in
for
my
the Switch?
box. No, for the Steam Deck.
For the Steam,
Steam
Deck.
Deck.
Oh, okay. Sorry, no, I zoned out for a second, but
Oh, oh my
just
god.
If you ever get third-party docks for the Switch, be careful because they can brick your Switch. That's all I was gonna say.
Nobody plays
Anyway,
Switch.
I was gonna say, like, honestly, the third party stuff that I've bought in the past, like I bought an off party one for my VR headset,
Yeah.
and like I honestly think that that's better than the pro headset strap that they give you, man. Like that thing is
I mean, some of the
like, dug
third-party
into my
stuff is
skull.
very well made.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know the ones for at least the Valve stuff, for their third party, any of their products really, like they are very good about working with their third party vendors to make sure that these things are good quality. So
That's
Mhm.
Valve in general, man. Like
Yeah.
they want people to be able to like rip apart their shit. And
I was genuinely
fix it if
afraid
they
that it
need
was
to.
going to have like massive input lag on like the controls because it does allow for like PlayStation controller or Switch controller or anything. Very minimal, if no input delay at all. I'm
Nice.
pretty
That's
thrilled.
good. Nice.
Anyways, what were we on about? Sorry, we
Dead
derailed
Cells
it a little bit.
Castlevania.
yeah, that's Castlevania. Anyway, that's why I wanted to play it. I'll have it next week. But the DLC did drop, but and it looks really good, really good. So, but I want to talk about a new game that is in beta, closed beta right now. I don't know, Scruff, you've been trying to get into this, right? Like you haven't been able to actually get
Well,
into it.
yeah, because I went to their Steam page and I guess I had requested access probably as soon as that popped up, but I don't even remember doing it. But I've never got notified that I've gotten in or not. So
Okay. Well, the game that we're talking about is called The Finals. And this is done by so Nexon is one of the publishers, so take it or leave it there. Whether you're going to have pay to win aspects or what it's going to, how they're going to kind of nickel and dime you to death. But it's done by Embark Studios, which is a new studio that is they are ex Dice people from Bad Company 1 and 2. And the concept here is that there are multiple teams of 3. I think there's 5 teams of 3 or 4 teams of 3. I'm trying to go back to make sure we have a good enough amount of time for gameplay. And you are basically competing in an arena style where you have to go and grab a money box and deposit it. And you have 3 separate classes. There's a light class, there's a heavy class, and there's a medium class. And they each have their different guns, and they have like their different abilities and all that kind of stuff.
Is the heavy class the fat guy?
it better be.
The heavy class is the
I was actually
heftier of the
I was
larger.
actually gonna ask because the FOV, like the POVs, was
That's
like
hilarious.
throwing me off super hard because whoever you were playing as is like way taller than everybody else.
Yes.
I'm like genuinely shocked that they're not in trouble for that.
I think that's
Body
hilarious.
shaming.
I'm genuinely shocked that all of the characters look like standard like esports pros. Is that intentional?
Right?
Yeah, so they
It looks
have
like it.
so the character customization is dog shit. It doesn't matter. The outfits are kind of where, in the store where you can go and get stuff and deck your character out. And they have some really good ones. Like their outfits are actually pretty decent, like better than what's in COD right now. So
I mean, this is like themed for like a big game show, right? Like that's the idea of
kind of,
this
yes. Like
game?
you can see there, like on the right hand side, like there's people in the stands. So the
Yeah.
idea here is that you're in a virtual reality world where you are competing and your virtual self is here, right? So you're hooked up to some VR like Ready Player One
Haptic
style of
suit.
thing.
So,
Yeah,
so if this game ever goes VR, like in real life, you'll be a virtual
You'll be-
reality in a virtual reality.
yes,
Virtual
you'll-
reality
You'll be in a dream inside of a dream.
Yeah.
But so here, like the gameplay of it, and what makes this so impressive is that all of the destruction that you're going to see while we're doing this is all server side, which
Yeah.
is really crazy. So like you can literally blow up anything and everything. And you're seeing me like throw down like these gas grenades and these like goop grenades or whatever else. And it's you know, so you can kind of basically terraform the level, completely like destroy buildings, like bring everything down, you know, pick stuff up, throw it, canisters, all that kind of stuff. So it's and it doesn't lag, there's no
That
hiccuping,
was
no
the
nothing.
biggest thing. When I first heard about this game, I'm like, they're shooting high. That's very ambitious to try and pull something like that off. Is
I
it
mean, if
working
they're
like pretty well? I mean, this is looking pretty
if
good.
they're ex devs from Dice, then they did fucking what's
Yeah,
it
but
called?
that was
Battlefield,
that
Bad
wasn't
Company.
that wasn't server side though.
Yeah.
That
You
was
guys
still
Still, like,
are
Bad
acting
Company-
impressed by this. Like Siege hasn't been doing this since 2015.
Still
Is
bad
it- is
company
Siege
had it.
server
Is
side?
it-
Like they weren't
Yes,
that bad.
the only
But
thing that's
also-
not the only thing that's client side is like the debris particles. Everything else is server side.
But this is on a much higher.
This is everything
everything,
is
yeah.
destructible. Like everything in the entire level can be
That's-
blown out. Like the
Right.
floors, the buildings, the like you can literally be like what you're seeing here. So we're heading over, you know, we've deposited cash or someone's depositing cash and you have to go steal it from them. You could literally go and I think I try on one of these is go over there and like throw C4, blow the floor out, have it drop down, blow the wall out beside you and have it lean to like the amount, like this bridge that we're on, this walkway can be like completely blown out. There's not something that it's not like locked into what is destructible and what's not. Everything is, and it's all procedurally done. Like it's not, there's
Yeah.
nothing like nothing will blow up
Wait,
the
it's
same way twice.
Procedural maps.
It's
Procedural
procedural destruction,
Destruction.
not the maps.
Oh well, that looked horrid.
I don't know what that
Oh, I'm not gonna. No, the game has got issues. Like I'm not gonna sit here and say that like you're not.
When you say everything's destructible, the two things I think of is balance is going to be a nightmare on map design and stuff like that. And if it's procedural destruction at that, then consistency and like being able to replicate certain tactics is
You
going
won't.
to be a nightmare as well. Which
You can't. There is no.
Yeah.
There is no like you're seeing here. Like there's no like it's just
That's
not.
kind of cool to me
But
though.
to me,
Like,
yeah, that's what I was about to say. It's like,
you
to
gotta
me that
adapt for
seems a
every
lot.
situation.
That seems a lot
can't
better
have,
to
like-
me than in comparison to like Siege, where it's
Where
like
you have like metas and pixel
specific
peaks.
maps where
Yeah.
like there's one little corner that you can blow out the fucking corner of, and you can shoot anybody in the entire
You
map.
might not
like
have that, and you have to adapt to that. You know.
Yeah.
I think that's
Um,
kind of cool.
Where this game, so that's where it shines. It shines in the ability that you can, you know, it really is fun to get in this world and play around with it. Where it stops to shine is in this, because it's trios, like you play in groups of 3. Solo play is absolutely terrible. It's fucking the
Imagine.
worst experience in your entire existence, because you only get 2 respawns, like at all, like free respawns. And then if you die past the 2, your entire team has to die, and then you wait like 20 seconds and then you'll come back, or 30 seconds and then you'll come back. And then the other side of it is that you are going to have problems where like,
so that they can kill
just-
you. You're just like,
Yes.
if I can't live, then you can't kill me.
well, I didn't know that was, I didn't know the map well enough, but the other part of it too is the amount of bullets that it takes to fucking kill somebody.
Yeah,
Like,
it seemed like time to kill was a little up
you
there.
are
Like you unloaded
just-
like 3 clips into that, like 3 magazines into that guy, and I was like,
Yeah.
It's a little much.
you're dumping mags into people. And there's definitely a balance issue when it comes to like heavy versus light. So light, you can move very, very quick. You have a grappling hook, so you can swing all over the place. You know, it reminds me very much of like Team Fortress, right? Team Fortress 2, where you know you're
I was getting
moving.
those vibes.
and doing all these kind of crazy things. The heavy, very slow, but you have like this big machine gun. You have a LMG, so you can put a lot of damage down range, but it's the damage is not as you don't kill
Are the
like the
weapons
meat.
lock the classes?
Yes.
Okay.
Um, the other issue is the sniper, right? So the sniper reminds me very much of like COD, old school like Modern Warfare 2 sniper, where like if you can quick scope, you can just one tap somebody and two tap somebody, especially if they're a light. And
You
it's like,
blew up your own ladder.
You just blew up your
yeah,
own ladder.
yeah.
That's kind of cool though, because like you can completely seal off
That is cool.
access to that
Yeah.
ladder at that point. You know, like if you want to get strategical, like
Even to yourself.
yeah,
Like
I mean,
I want to I want to
very
play
true.
the game with more
Um,
people.
This seems like it's going to have a high amount of frustration factor. Like
don't doubt it.
some of the positives I could very easily see, especially if hackers get a hold of this and like do what
I
hackers
think
do. I think this is going to be a
I think they need to dial it back on the destruction just slightly. Like it needs to be not everything. Like still have it as a decent chunk of the terrain is destructible, but they need
yeah.
to
maybe
go
See,
down that route of like
maybe like
well, hold up. They need to go down that route of what's it called, Battlefield Bad Company, where like a lot of their terrain was destructible, but there was still portions of that terrain that were still way better
or like
utilized.
density to like the objects that are destructible. Like some stuff destroys really easily, and the more dense objects, take longer or barely budge. But maybe
Yeah.
everything still be destructible. Just have
what
more of like a scale of it.
What are the game types like? Well, like what are the matches? Like
there's only two. You have quick play, which is the same exact game type and
well,
then you have
what's the
tournament
game
play.
mode? Like what's the objective? Is it like
You
TDK?
No, you get cash and your objective. Like, you have to finish within. If you play quick mode, it's
Looks like
whoever has
TPM.
well, it's not though. It's solely based on the amount of money. You could have the most amount of kills in the entire lobby. If you haven't deposited a single dollar into the vault, you don't win. So it
Oh.
is it is all about taking basically a capture the flag, but there's multiple flags. And
Kind of like
you have
Hood, right? Wasn't that like Hood Outlaws? They did that kind of like money like heist thing.
Oh
yeah.
God, I
Kinda.
forgot about that game.
Yeah, I remember
Um
that.
Yeah, so did everybody else.
but
Yeah,
there
I
is
know.
so the main mode is tournament
Like
mode,
literally everybody else.
which you are playing there's multiple tiers, right? And you're playing multiple games and you have to finish within the top two, I think, of each round to get to the next round. And then you'll finally get to the finals, which is just a team versus team thing. The problem that this entails is that the cash increments they go to 7, and then from 7 I think it goes to like 9 or 10,000, and then from there the last cash is 18,000. It's like 13 or 18,000. So you could literally be dog shit the entire time, losing terribly, and then get fucked or like fuck the other team up somehow and be able to just quickly take their 18,000 vault and win. Like go to
You know
number
what?
1 and win.
That was my exact problem with Outlaws as well.
Yeah, Hood
Right.
Outlaws,
Well,
yeah.
that's a problem with heist, like these types of
Yeah.
modes, because you can't
Their
add.
anti-snowballing features actually work as a detriment.
Right.
Yeah.
Like there's no way to like, because killing the other team doesn't reward you enough, which I get. Like I don't think that it should, right? Because you shouldn't be able to just sit back and kill and get more money than what it would be to deposit and do the objective. But the objectives aren't enough to where like in my mind, I feel like it should be instead of raising the increment of amount of cases that or the value that you're getting, it should be how many drops are on the map. So instead of there, like when you start off, I think there's like 2. And then at the end of it, they should be, hey, the deposit time is a lot quicker, but there's 7 cases on the map versus the standard, which I think it goes to like 1 case at the very end. So
Right.
I don't know. The game has some fun elements and it can be really fun. But I want to play with like you guys. I need a team to be able to actually get the full reality of what this game is.
I might give it a
Um,
try if I can get into the like just to see what it's like while I'm
Yeah.
waiting for X Defiant to come out.
but here's a great example of just you pump ammo down, and I think that this is where they really need to fix it. I think TTK is way too long, like way too long on
I was
this.
about to say it's higher than Apex TDK,
Yeah.
and Apex has what some consider too long of a TDK. So
Yeah, it's nutty.
Is
It's
there
absolutely
is there
nutty.
like armor and stuff as well
Nope.
to make it longer? No,
it's
so
all based on your class, I'm guessing.
Yep. So heavy has
Okay.
the most amount of health. There is a healer, which is the medium class, and then the light is the like.
Why didn't
the
you blow
easiest
through
class
that
to-
wall? I saw what you were
That's it.
trying to
This
do,
is
and it
this
didn't
is
work.
not this is not me. This is some you're
Or what
watching.
that guy tried to do.
I don't know, but so you know, and you can zip line, and again,
The movement looks nice.
it,
I'll
yeah,
give it that. Like,
it reminds me of like
Reminds me of Mirror's Edge movement.
Yep, I was gonna
yeah,
say like
yeah.
TF2 meets Mirror's Edge, you know, and out of the games that we've tried, like Super People and whatever, like this seems like the most like solid and like well, at least like it functions well, it plays
Functions,
well,
yeah.
it feels okay, but like I will say there is no like tactic feedback at all. Like when you're shooting somebody, you don't feel like you're fucking shooting them. Like it feels really fucking like you're just throwing paper.
Speaking of Mirror's Edge, apparently there's a did you guys see there was a Easter egg in 2042's map for Mirror's Edge?
I did
I
not.
did not.
Yeah,
The new map.
the new map apparently has like some kind of your Mirror's Edge Easter egg in it.
The
Interesting
last
that we're talking about it.
last thing I'll say about this too, that kind of makes this wild, and I don't know if they're gonna leave it or whatever, but you know, and Team Fortress did these kind of things, and like Portal did these kind of things, and Boneworks did these kind of things. Like that turret that you're placing down, you can literally place that like on a block or substance, and you pick up things with almost like this like
Like
portal.
toss it.
Yeah, and you can literally put it on a chair and pick up the chair and walk around with the turret, like
Oh,
on
that's
the chair.
cool.
So
That's fun.
it opens up a lot of really cool doors, but I don't
I
know.
can see a lot of cool moments coming from this game. You know, like how Battlefield has their moments. You know, like I could see this could be a good clip kind of game. Like,
Yeah. Again,
but
there could.
I don't know.
I really do think the TTK needs to be turned.
That's-
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely. I
One thing
think
I feel like
that's
too.
insane.
I'm fine with the destruction, but the TTK and the like their damaging is just way too low.
Yeah,
Like,
and I don't mind like long TTKs, but this is like turtle.
That's too
Like,
long.
this is
Way
like,
too long.
yeah.
also the last thing I'll say about the whole thing is, what does this font remind you of, by the way? Like if you just turn this on,
Overwatch.
yep, it is 100%
Yeah.
fucking
Their-
Overwatch.
their
Overwatch
entire-
when you open the scoreboard too.
Yeah, I was about to say their entire UI looks like an Overwatch UI.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they got. I mean, obviously, I don't think Overwatch has a patent on this or a trademark, but maybe. But it is very Overwatch. Like when everybody was like, "Is this some kind of new Overwatch thing or like an
Yeah.
Overwatch mod?" I was like, "Nope, this is a new game." So
Yeah.
But anyway, it's the finals. You can go request it on Steam if you want access. Well,
You won't get in.
to get into the beta. So and I think the beta is just ongoing. I don't think they're going to close this one off. I
Yeah,
think
it's going free to
just-
play too. So
It's
this is
just live. So yeah, and their monetization is not bad. The store's good.
yeah.
You know, all that stuff is really, really good. No.
See.
You only get skins.
Oh.
You don't get any kind of like. There's no weapons. There is a season pass. Obviously like a battle pass or whatever.
That's fine.
So
Every game has it now.
yeah. So there you go. So that
What is the battle pass like, by the way? Because I've heard that the battle pass is kind of weird.
I didn't really take too much of a time to look at it, except for like they have well, at least in this one, I think. I don't know. From what I saw, the skins that were in it were the same skins you could buy in the store. But
Gotcha.
I don't really know. Like I don't know if there was. I don't know why were people saying it was weird.
Like I heard that like the free battle pass gives you currencies that you then use to unlock different sections of like the paid battle pass or whatnot. And I don't know.
I didn't even see a premium battle like I saw you could skip a bunch of levels, but I didn't see anything that defined it as a free or premium battle pass. Like I just saw everybody has access to the battle pass. Now again, that may just be for the beta. But I don't remember seeing like a freemium version and a premium one. Like Destiny and most of these have like a free tier and a premium tier. Like
Yeah.
I didn't see that. I just saw it as
Okay.
one. So
Yeah, just from what I've heard, the battle pass is like premium currency is the primary reward from the battle pass.
One more thing. Did you turn into a toy soldier when you die?
Yeah. So again,
that
it's
random
it's in a VR.
match.
So like you turn into like this little like thing. You can see it there. This guy.
Yeah, I
The
was like,
crazy
"What
thing about this though is that again, because of the destructibility, because of the movement, you can pick that thing up and toss it. So like you could
is it
kill
called,
an
like, your
enemy.
enemies?
Yes, you could kill an enemy team, pick up their fucking revive token, and move it so that they can't like what like
Throw it off the map.
yeah, it's got some moments like, and they turn on this thing like dead go boom. They have like low gravity, so if you kill somebody, they blow up. They have low gravity mode that turns on. A lot of cool features, right? I just I want I want to see what it's
I
like
want to see
with
where
more
this game
people.
goes. I'm
Yeah.
really, really curious.
Yeah, this has the most potential that I've seen out of the games that we've like this that we have seen in the past, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
the only,
I'll at
scary thing
least
is
give it that.
XCOM to me.
I'm skeptical on it. But I'm interested to see where it goes. It's
Yeah.
definitely better than that Ubisoft game that they had
Well,
out. That battle royale that
yeah,
lasted
yeah,
for
yeah.
like
Oh,
6 months.
Hyper something.
Hyperscape.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 well, that and Super People. Like, and I know Super People was a battle royale, but Super People,
Problem with that was what they're pulling in that game. That game was sketch.
yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure that my information is out there now.
Yeah, definitely. Mine too.
So anyway, yeah, the finals. Check it out. Another game that okay, so this will be very short because we talked about this last week. But I want to put the rest right, and I had half in mind, whoever that user was, to pull up that fucking comment and show it on screen, because we got flack. We talked about Destiny 2 Lightfall last week, and we got flack in the comment section from somebody that said essentially exactly what Enigma said, right? Like,
Yeah.
you're not allowed to like, only I can talk shit
How
about.
dare you have anything bad to say about fucking Destiny? Only I can talk shit about Destiny.
We're saying the exact same thing.
Literally the same thing.
I play Destiny. You don't.
I want it to be very clear, but I didn't even know that comment was there. I started playing Destiny again. I need to make sure a preference again, and myself and Enigma and Bill all have played Destiny in the past. So like
To an end game. To end game.
We've
all done raids, we've all done everything.
Yeah, we do
in
have
in one DLC or another, in one expansion or another.
The ability to give our feedback on said game. And this is Lightfall. The part of the you're not, it doesn't matter, like the campaign or whatever, but it's literally so early on, like everybody does it right out of the gate, so you're not, there's no spoiler here, and there's no, it doesn't talk about anything. But anyway, here's what I'll say. I said it last week, I'll say it again. The gameplay loop of Destiny and how it controls and how it feels or whatever else, very like, I think it's good. I think it's fun. I think it's enjoyable. I like it. It's, Bungie knows how to make a good first person shooter mechanically. Storyline, it's fucking stupid. Like, it's a fucking stupid. Why is it that we're 10 years in and we're still fighting the Vex, and we're still fighting the Fallen, and we're still fighting the fucking Taken, and we're still fighting the Red Legion? Like, why? Like, why have we not come up with new enemies? In all this, and it blows my mind that there's moments in this where like I will boop somebody off of the fucking ledge, right, which should kill them as an enemy, and all of a sudden like they just reappear right in the exact same spot that I just booped them off of. I'm like, wait, what? Like, there's no rhyme reason. I feel like the game went backwards. Like, when it comes to those kind of things, I've hard crashed multiple times, which I don't know why. I've had like weird glitches where I get stuck, couldn't get out of it. Which I never used to have that issue before. With Destiny, it's I don't know. The only thing I will say, the game is on Legendary with multiple people. It is fucking tough. They did up the difficulty. It is fucking
That's
hard.
good because base Destiny and the first few expansions were jokeably easy.
No, they have Legendary mode turned on. You get rewards for playing through Legendary. You only get one life, one revive each. And if like in this, if your buddy dies, with a revive, you end up, I think I'm literally looking that up, be like, what the no, I looked up because I was like, why the fuck can I not revive you again? And because that's never been a thing. Like, you could always just revive your down person. And no, you only get one revive each, and that's it. And if someone dies twice, the game's over, even if you still have your revives. So it is fucking tough. And it is So they do the Mythic plus like what Blizzard does with like they'll add affixes and things like that to it, but the artificial toughness really is just the enemies can take a fucking beating. Like
Yeah,
like
it's just
you're
they go down their damage sponge route. They've
right.
always gone down the damage sponge route.
Their
Yeah,
It's
like
not a
TTK is
very good
higher
way
than
of
the
doing it.
finals.
oh, it's dude,
But
we would
the
sit
one the
there.
one the one thing I will say with Destiny is that at least it makes sense. Like in games like The
Yeah.
Division, it never fucking made sense. But in games like Destiny, they have shields. They're aliens. They
You're
have
talking
alien
that you don't
technology.
you don't like your dude in casual t-shirt
Yeah.
and blue
Yeah,
jeans
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah,
took
yeah.
5 full AK mags?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I mean, all in all, again, it's Destiny 2. Like I
But
will.
and one thing I will say is like to the guy that we were talking about, like they were complaining about the fact that we didn't accurately depict what the story was and this and that in between, and that he said that we didn't follow the story and this and that in between. I followed the story up until they killed Kate Six, and then I said, "Fuck this story. It makes no fucking goddamn sense."
And I have gone through pre to Lightfall, watched a 4.5 hour video on the lore of Destiny to make sure that I am prepped for where Destiny is. Because what Destiny doesn't do well is inside their game do a good job of explaining what the fuck is happening and going on and why you're doing shit. Like they
Well,
kind
they
of
do what World of Warcraft does now, where they unlock a lot of story content behind raids,
well,
and I don't
not
think you should be doing.
they lock a lot of this stuff behind out of game experience
Yeah,
engrams that you have to go and read on your phone. Like like you will get an engram or a lore piece that you need to go outside of the game to go read. That's stupid. Like that is fucking stupid that I have to go to get a piece of lore to understand what's really happening there. So a lot of people do bitch about the story because the in-game story and the dialogue is garbage. It's not good. It's really bad. Like it's just trashed here. And it's piss poor writing. And so I'm sorry. Like it's the same narrative over and over and over and over again. Lightness good, darkness bad. Oh wait, darkness is maybe not that bad. Maybe we're the bad guys. There's an ultimate bad guy that we've seen before again. Go kill him. And then, oh shit,
rinse and
he's not, he's not the real bad guy. There's somebody else. Like it's the same crap.
I,
Like
I can't wait for this to be clipped later and people say, but you can't say this because you're not a true Destiny
how
fan.
dare you?
I don't know what
Even
a
though you
true
say
Destiny.
you're not a true Destiny fan, Sin.
You don't
Yeah.
play Destiny. You're not. You can't talk shit about it. Only I can talk shit about Destiny.
So, but
How
anyway,
dare you?
I just like the pretty particle effects and jumping
It's
around space with guns. Like,
it's fun. It's a fun
no,
game to
the
play.
game is genuinely fun for 20 hours, and then I kind of get bored with it. But
Well, that's
It gets monotonous. Exactly.
and
Yeah.
that's where the biggest complaint that I see people bitching about is like again, like we mentioned last week, is it's the fucking grind. Why is there so much grind? I'm like, what? It's that is the loop of Destiny. What do you like? I don't know what you're wanting. Like that's it. It's that's in game of any ARPG, any loop based system. It's you're gonna grind out the same shit over and over and over again for
I think I said this
hours
last time
on end.
too. I don't mind grind, but I mind it when it's the same
It's
exact
the
grind
same
all the
bullshit
time.
every
You
fucking
can have grind in
expansion.
the game and still have it be new
Diablo
and
does
refreshing.
amazing. Diablo does an
Yeah,
amazing job with continuous grind. The
yeah, I will
reason
say
why
that.
that is, everything is different every time you fucking
Exactly.
play.
Well,
Granted,
Exactly.
you're still fighting against the same, the same minions and everything like that. You're still fighting against the same enemies, but there's some kind of a progression loop that's based off of that that's different every time you go into a deep dungeon or a deep dive or whatever.
Yeah, you're not just experiencing this like the same kill rooms and all that kind of
so
stuff.
they've added in, like I said a while ago, they do like the mythic affixes, and I will say now, because there's so much content out there that between all the different expansions, that your grind, where when we were playing with Forsaken or the second expansion, there really was like it's like, okay, cool, run this raid again, run this strike, run this whatever. Now there's like a lot of different like strikes and content and stuff like that to go
One
experience and do that.
the ones that pissed me off was the and not really pissed me off. It got extremely boring. Was the day or the open world grinding where you were just it's like World of Warcraft where it was the open world grinding where you literally just went from location to location doing the same exact event every time to get a roll chance at another thing of loot, right? Like there
right.
was nothing different about it, but you you were still doing a loop around the fucking map trying to get a better loot roll or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean those now they've moved those into bounties. Like you're bounty doing a bounty system where you've got to do XYZ amount of stuff. But it's still look at the end of the day. I'm not saying it's not Destiny. It's still fucking Destiny. Like you're still gonna do monotonous shit to get a partial increase in gear. I'm just saying that you've got more options now of where you're gonna go and do it. Like you're either gonna be here, you're gonna be on a frozen tundra in Neptune, you're gonna be in the fucking moon, like whatever. But it's a fun game to play. Like Bill said, fun game to play for 20 hours. You don't want to do the raid shit, don't do the raid shit. If you're not gonna be hardcore about it or whatever else, but it's fun. And I just wanted to bring this up because we got told we didn't play Destiny. So
Right. I also do want to clear up one thing that we did mess up on that last Destiny talk, which was the price point of all of the expansions. Destiny straight up is free. And then if you want to buy the expansions, you can either buy them individually or there is the Destiny 2 Legacy Collection, which is $60, which will get you up to the Witch Queen, and then another $30 for Lightfall. So it's not as bad as
Lightfall's
what we
50.
were. It is Lightfall 50.
Lightfall is 50, I believe.
Lightfall is 50.
I'm pretty sure that we said that it was $100 last week. Did we not?
I thought we were saying it was like $300
No,
or
no.
something.
That's saying if you
No.
like if you want the $300
There was a
pack
or like
is the it's the I mean I can pull it up on Steam,
and that,
but
I think that also include like a pass or something, right?
Well, so that's your base game. You have Beyond, so the different expansions are Beyond Light, Forsaken, the Witch Queen, and Lightfall. Like those are your 4 expansions. You have the 30th anniversary edition on top of that, which also locks exotics behind it. So where I was saying the $300 price point is that if you want the full-blown Destiny experience with everything that everybody has gotten up to now, right, where you are literally on the same par, could get the same gear, the same drops, the same shit as someone that's been playing since day one, that's where it's 200 and some odd dollars because there's silver bundles that were in there. So it's on discount right now at like $297, I think, or $295 or something like that.
Gotcha.
Because
okay.
Yes, so that's the point of it.
And you guys are correct. Lightfall is $50, so it's a.
I could have sworn as well that we had reiterated last week that we were talking about the $100 pack, right?
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure we said it was $100 to get all the content currently.
Well, you will get, again, that's not 100% true. Like you will get all of the expansions. Like you can buy the legacy edition that you'll get the expansions, but they still lock content behind the 30th anniversary, like exotics and stuff like that. Which again, I think is really shitty that you're locking gear behind essentially a paywall. Like I can't get that gear if I don't pay for it. Like I don't know.
I know that there was a couple of people that brought up like some kind of like $8 a month or something like that service that you could pay for to get access to content. I don't know what that is.
I don't know. I haven't.
Again, I stopped playing when they fucking killed off Cade 6. Let's be real. Granted, sure, I haven't played the latest expansions, right? I think I haven't played since Forsaken, if I'm not mistaken. I think I came back for Forsaken.
Forsaken is where they killed off Cade. Yep.
Yeah, I haven't played the last, I think, 3 expansions. So I'm sure they've changed things a lot. But we've played it. We've played it end game. All but Scruffy. Scruffy hasn't played it at all because he's.
I played Destiny 1, and that was my extent. Never touched it.
But yeah, we have played it 100%.
Well, the last thing I'll say about Destiny, it is free to play. Like the base game, the First Light, you could get in, play that game for free, and there's plenty of content to play it for free and enjoy it, at that at that free experience. Like if you want to get your Destiny fix, go do that, right? And if you want to pick up like their a la carte, way of saying, hey, I want to pick up Beyond Light so I can get the, stasis supers and abilities, go pick up the state, but pick it up on sale. Because like outside of its sale, it's fucking expensive. But like right now it's on sale for like, I think $6 or $9 or something like that if you want it. So I don't know. They do things well in certain areas, but they also do like it again, you can play it completely for free, like, and get the experience of Destiny if you want. So
yeah, sure.
All right. Well, there you go. That is Destiny. Scruffy, you have been playing High on Life. Am I correct? Well, just started High on Life, I think, right?
Just
Or are
started,
you
yeah.
playing it? Is there Nady playing it?
Both actually. Yeah, this is a game that we've been wanting to play for a while, and so I'm sure most people know about High on Life. If you don't, it was a game that came out last year, made by Squanch Games, and they are also the creators. This development team is derived from the creators of Rick and Morty as well, as you can tell from all the comedic shenanigans that you get in this game. It's honestly hilarious. It's an action RPG set in like a world where you're invaded by space creatures and stuff. And I'm still not exactly sure if it's all real because the game is literally quite called High on Life. I don't know if this is all just in your mind or this is happening.
Is
Like I
this
said,
the actual neighborhood from Rick and Morty? Because I see where like the crater where the house is like disappeared. Is that where they like teleported the
uh,
house away for a bit?
no, I
Or
don't believe it is
okay,
the same neighborhood that was like a chunk got cut out
I
because
would have no
invaders.
doubt and I would have no problem believing that at the end of this, it goes into a Rick and Morty episode.
I would love that more than like, or it's like airing on intergalactic cable or something.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of fun, man. I was really looking forward to this one for a while, and like I said, me and my buddy Nutty Nady, shout out, we just dove into it just last night, and it's got all the stupid shit that you see in Rick and Morty, and a great story on top of it. Shut up, Enigma. I see you. But no, and also we're getting it on Game Pass, so it's a $60 game retail, but
Yeah.
getting it on Game Pass, I 100% say is worth
My
it.
my brother played it when it first came out on Game Pass, and he fucking loved it.
Yeah,
He cracked it, and he's not a big fan of Rick and Morty, so like he loved it. If you're not a big fan of Rick and Morty, then
you
you'll
might
probably
still like
like it.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's hilarious. Honestly, it really thrives on their world and their world design and like the space city that you go to and just all like the interactions and little. There's a guy with a butt face that he speaks in farts. You gotta love that. It almost sounds like sin.
Whoa.
got him.
Oh, my bad, my bad, my bad. No, man, it's a great time though. Like I said, I'm just getting into it, so playing it, it's
Oh god,
got
that
the same
that
feel.
balancing is about to make me puke. What the hell?
It's got the same feel as
Oh,
honestly Ratchet and Clank. It has like that world where you explore all like the aliens and you have like jumping puzzles, you have little like secrets to go to. It feels a lot like old Ratchet and Clank to me. So I'm really loving it on that aspect. And just like exploring the world and like I said, seeing all the crazy, like this is, if you're watching us live on stream right now, you can see like the alien world that you get transported to, and your companion is a talking gun. All of your weapons in your arsenal are like sentient talking aliens. So
It's
it's
kind of a
something.
shocker to me of how fast this kind of came and went. I thought it would have been gotten a lot more fanfare than what it kind of did. Like, I mean, I know it was, it was on
yeah.
the streaming circuit for a while, but it really wasn't. It wasn't.
Didn't wasn't there like a big
Yeah, it's because
controversy
Justin
with Rick
Roiland's
and Morty?
a piece of shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, wasn't there a huge controversy that
uh,
happened like right around this dropping?
that
Yeah,
not right around when it dropped,
it was
but
a little bit after. It
a
was about a
little bit
month after.
Shortly
after.
after. Yeah.
Yeah, and now there's all this stuff coming out with Justin Roiland. Yeah, so I mean that probably hurt it. And
I also
there's
think the
also
fact that
people.
it's just a single player story game, it's not particularly long. Like
Yeah,
those games usually have about a month of like circulation before they start dying off on.
Very
yeah.
true. Yeah, single player
It's
games go by quick.
It's
it's
still
got a
I don't know.
following, but it never really reached like that much attention on like the
Well,
platforms and all that.
that's what I'm saying. I'm not even saying that it should be like a game that should be continued to talk about over and over and over again. I just think that how fast like it just kind of came and went and really wasn't even. I mean, outside of probably the paid advertisements of people playing it, like I don't think it was really like played that much, like even or streamed that much. Like I don't. It's just weird.
It was
like,
streamed quite a bit. To Twitch, it had quite a streaming on Twitch if I remember correctly.
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
Bill said, like it was a fast game, so you probably everyone who streamed it probably played it on release for that week and then was done with it.
Yeah,
So
I don't know.
I think it's also the humor, honestly. Like you really gotta like the Rick and Morty humor.
Yeah.
yeah,
I
yeah,
feel like.
Plus,
yeah.
this game was kind of critically received as well on the gameplay aspect. I know a lot of people had issues with like the simplistic nature of like the shooting and stuff, and said that the game rode
Yeah.
like exclusively on the writing style, which they did say was good if you like that kind of game, but there was
It
nothing
didn't
special on like the gameplay front.
break any grounds or anything, but no, I think it's just overall it's just a pretty fair and fun game to play.
Sometimes
And like I
games are
said,
just allowed to be fun, man.
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
you just have fun with it and enjoy it is for what it is and play it on Game Pass.
Did you just Wizard of Oz that dude? Does your
No,
house just fall on top
our
of that?
we got warped here. Our whole house, and somebody was unfortunate enough to be standing in the wrong spot at the wrong time.
Wait, do you not know what Wizard of Oz means? Like,
I know,
do you not
yeah,
know Wizard?
I know Wizard of Oz and the heels, the shiny red heels and the witch and all that.
But the house
What
falls
you
on
talking
the.
about?
We don't have time. I don't have time to explain
I
fucking
know the
pop culture
twister and all
references.
that. I know. I'm saying what
Hey
happens.
guys,
in the
hurry
game.
up with the games, guys.
God.
We don't have enough time.
Anyway,
Oh
we
my
got plenty of
gosh.
time. Shut up. It's
You know, Sin, stop being so ageist. Okay.
So learn your fucking history, learn your culture, bro. Jesus Christ.
Our culture is
That's high on
Wizard of
life.
Oz.
Get the game. Would you recommend picking it up full price or getting it on Steam Game Pass? Yeah.
Full price. I don't think $60 is worth it for that necessarily.
Is that what it
'cause
came
like-
out was at $60?
And then it's still $60 full
Too
full
high.
price.
Too high, man. Like
It's
I don't think single player games,
30
unless they've got a shit ton of content in it, should be $60. Like that is ridiculous.
So
game
definitely
price is way too damn high.
yeah, definitely a Game Pass deal. So yeah, but enjoyable for sure.
Cool. I think that's it, right? That's it for game. Oh no. Well, I don't have any footage. Bill, did you stream Wild Hearts?
No, I've just been playing it.
I don't have any footage for of Bill playing Wild Hearts. I mean, we could pull up my footage of Bill playing of us playing Wild Hearts, but
yeah.
what Wild Hearts? So you did jump into it. What are your kind of thoughts here?
Oh, I'm liking it. I'm liking it quite a bit. It's something that I tried Monster Hunter World. I got through like the first arc of it and kind of got bored a little bit with it. I am enjoying this a lot. It's a lot more accessible for me as somebody who's not used to these kinds of games. There's a lot less like roaming around having to prep and stuff. There's still quite a bit that I learned last night when I was playing with Enigma that I've just been ignoring, which I think is to this game's benefit that I've gotten where I have while ignoring a lot of like the more intricacies. It seems like the skill floor is a lot lower, but the skill ceiling is like on par with standard Monster Hunter games, which I feel is a good thing. The price of entry is a lot easier, and I've been enjoying it a lot.
About that, $70 is still pretty expensive for me.
I was being figurative, like the price of entry as far as
I know. I'm just
experience.
being an asshole.
This is EA we're talking about. Of course, it's going to be $70.
Thanks.
I think,
no, I'm just kidding.
But I will say this continues with the EA redemption arc of 2023 as a great single player experience. I think this, from everything I've experienced and from people that I've talked to that have enjoyed the Monster Hunter genre, whether it's this, Dauntless, God Eater, whatever you want to say, this
don't
is
bring that name in my fucking presence again, sir.
This is up there and it competes in the genre with those without being an outright like rip or clone. So I'm very much enjoying it. I'm looking forward to grinding some more lava backs so I can get those those damn arm pieces for my armor set.
Yeah. It's no, I mean I think it's good. I think the $70 price tag, I mean I don't think any game should, like $70 is a lot, but I think for someone to pay $70 and to try and to be able to get their money's worth, I think this game eases you in and gives you like a newer player a lot more like feeling of, okay, cool. Like I kind of want to keep playing it. Whereas in like Monster Hunter, there's not a lot of ease. Like they just kind of like, boom, you know what I mean? Like they'll like, it's Monster Hunter right off the gate. And if you don't attach to it and don't kind of grasp it, you're hit kind of pretty heavily with a brick wall of like, all right, well, if I don't like it, then I've just wasted my money. Whereas with this one, I think like
So how I felt
because it's a
about
little
Rise,
easier.
honestly. How I felt
Yeah,
about
I mean,
Rise was like I felt like it was a downgrade, and I'm like, I paid that much money for a downgrade from Monster Hunter World. Like,
Wasn't Rise
why?
pretty well received though?
It
Like,
was well received with people that had never played really Monster Hunter World games. Wasn't very well received with Monster Hunter World, like professionals or not professionals, but
it was really
casual.
the Switch
yeah.
players loved it. Like Switch players
Switch
loved it.
players loved it.
Steam Deck players love it. You know, it's
Honestly,
a
PC and console players loved it as well. It's just if you were like me and you played an excessive amount of Monster Hunter World, a
Right.
lot of people felt like it was just kind of like a downgrade from Monster Hunter.
yeah, world's hard to beat.
Which going from like Monster Hunter World to Wild Hearts, I don't feel like it's as big of a downgrade. I wouldn't even say it's a real downgrade. I would just say it's
They both have like they strive.
aspects that I hated about Monster Hunter World, Wild Hearts does better. Aspects of Wild Hearts that I hate, Monster Hunter World does better.
Right.
They're the same game, right? Like they're the same genre of game, and I think they both do a very good job of representing what a Monster Hunter-esque game is, right? But they both do it in a very different way. Monster Hunter World is very meticulous. It's you have to get in there, you have to learn like Sin said, it's got a very heavy like entry barrier to entry to it, right? So if you go in there and you've spent 60, $70 on the game and it doesn't mesh well with you or you don't attach to it, you've just wasted money because you're never
Right.
going if you can't connect with it, you're never gonna fucking spend the time to enjoy it and get the money out of it. Whereas like Wild Hearts, granted, yes, it's a $70 video game. It's much easier to get the full $70 worth of content out of Wild Hearts than it would be if you paid the same, which you will for Monster Hunter World, right?
Yep.
So it's just the barrier of entry to Wild Hearts is a lot easier. And Sin's probably gonna disagree with me again. I said it when we reviewed Wild Hearts the first time. I personally feel like it's Monster Hunter World light, right? Like it's baby's first Monster Hunter World, essentially.
I don't
But
disagree with it. I mean,
I,
I
I
think
I don't
again,
think that's
I think it
necessarily
does
a
it in
bad thing, though.
yeah, and that's what I was about to say. I think it does it in a way that it's like you're definitely going to enjoy this, and then if you want to continue pushing forward your enjoyment and your discovery of Monster Hunter World type games, you can move from here with the skills that you're going to need to be able to get into Monster Hunter World, right?
yeah, I think
So
yeah. I mean, I think Monster Hunter World is probably the epitome of like good monster like hunting games, but I think this can stand on its own. And I think if they continue to push out content that is diverse and not just rehashes of the same shit over and over and over again, and they push out new weapons and they keep that cadence, I think there's a perfectly good place where this can survive in the same arena with Monster Hunter
for
World.
sure,
Especially if it's
I
going to be
think.
free updates.
Yep.
Well, and then that's what I was going to get into. Did we want to talk about that really quickly?
I mean, we can, yeah.
So that's one thing that I will say about this game in comparison to like Monster Hunter World is like if they can continue pushing out updates. Granted, I have my gripes and my unhappiness with their updates, right? If we want to get into that really quick, I can cover that really quick, or one of you guys can cover
Sure,
it.
good.
No, go for it.
So essentially, they're bringing out free updates coming forward in this month. I believe was it the 17th?
No,
Yes,
tomorrow.
17th and
Well,
Tomorrow, the
is
10th.
is the first
the
the first
10th.
update.
And then the 27th was the next one, I think, is later on this month. So the 10th, they're bringing out a new, they say a new kimono, right? It's not a new kimono. It's a reskin of the fucking lava back, right? It's a Hellfire lava back. It's just a reskin. I'm sure they're gonna have a couple of different moves because between the lava fire, or I forget
the
what they call it.
regular
It's
and the
the
cobalt.
the regular, the cobalt, and then the Hellfire, and then I believe there's one more. It's the mighty, yeah, the mighty lava back. So between those three, you have mild differences in move sets. The Cobalt kind of has a different move set where it jumps into the like the earth and dives into the earth. The mighty Hellfire, the mighty lava back, has everything from the Cobalt in the previous, right? This one, I'm sure it's going to be the same. They're probably going to give you one or two different moves that you're going to have to successfully learn to hunt the lava. This guy, but the Lara, I think it's called the Lara back, isn't it? Not the
Yeah,
lava back.
Lahar back.
Lahara back. Yeah. I don't know if that's a typo or or what, but it's definitely I don't know. I don't like the fact that they reskin a lot. Like this game has a
Well,
lot of reskins.
from what it's showing here, what they're leaning into is the subspecies, right? Like if you look at this, what we have up on screen, right? This is saying that like the one we're getting of the Laharback is the volatile, right? Or the
Yeah.
deeply volatile version, because there isn't a volatile version. Because basically the way they have it is you've got regular species, the mighty species, and then the volatile species. And so then on the 23rd, we get a subspecies of the wolf class.
Grimstalker wolf.
So it is a subspecies of the wolf. And then we're supposed to get brand new in April, which is like this wolf, which we haven't seen. New. Well, no, because this one here, this
nope. The other one, I guarantee you, will be exactly like the deeply volatile. It'll just be a raven, because that looks exactly like a raven.
I don't know, man. I mean, I'm not saying. I mean, there's a lot of different kind of birds, but I mean, I don't know, whatever. But I still
fox
think
is differently new.
There's
three different types of birds, and two of them are the volatile. They're like the end game, and they both look vastly different. That one looks exactly like a raven.
Maybe. Well, it's also
so we're gonna get one kimono.
It's got this. It's got the volatile
it's got the volatile stuff in it, exactly, and that's what I'm saying is like it's a reskin. These aren't new kimonos. Like no matter how many times they say it, they're not new. They're just reskins. Granted, they do have new abilities. I understand where they're coming from. They're trying to push that these are different subspecies, therefore they are new kimonos, but they're not. It's a very lazy way of doing things to me personally.
The kitsune's new.
The kitsune, the wolf kitsune, whatever that is, I'm pretty sure that's going to be a new one. Yes.
This one's new and this one's new. This is a snake. We haven't seen that before.
I don't think that's an actual kimono.
No, that's a karakuri.
I thought that was a kimono, but that's a karakuri.
Now this is all like new content, but it's all free, right?
It is all free, as far as we know.
And that's good at least. I mean, I'm not a big fan of reskins, but at least they're doing it in a free aspect, opposed to like
the one
DLC.
Thing that I do not understand is underneath the kimono, the Grimstalker kimono, it says weapon and armor models. When I'm pretty sure at one point they said that at some point we're going to get a new weapon, but now they've based it off of a model. I'm curious what a model is. Is that a different look, or is that an actual different weapon?
I figured the new weapon's going to come out in April. I figured that's the and more part.
I think they clarified that the new weapon wasn't happening until April. That their basis is that they're supposed to be doing quote unquote new monsters every month, and then a weapon base every 2 months.
Gotcha.
Which I don't know if they can keep that pacing. I don't know if
they can keep that pace up. Yeah.
Have they stated if they're going to do any DLC for this game though? Like paid like new?
I would not put it past them.
They haven't done like there's no season pass or anything like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past them once they get past these initial ones that they've promised for free. I wouldn't doubt that they'll be working on a DLC.
All right.
So but that's one thing that I can see is like the current weapons that we have are good. Don't get me wrong. They're great. I love the chain blade. I love the katana. I don't mind the two-handed one. They're the two-handed sword. The cannon and the bow and arrow, not my steez, not really a fan of them. And I cannot understand the fucking fan or the umbrella. I don't get it. That's just me. But we do need a defensive weapon of some sort. We need like a shield.
I think we need a healing weapon. We need a supportive shield. I would love to have.
I don't really think that we need I don't think that we really need a healing weapon though. Like we don't. It's not like Monster Hunter World where
you have like
you have to craft. What's that?
Don't you have like healing gadgets already, or like the?
But you've got healing karakuris and you've got healing potions. Like that's your healing in this game. Whereas like in Monster Hunter World, you had to have. I mean, you didn't have to have. You could get away with not having a hunting horn, but the hunting horn made it nice because you could do buffs and everything like that, which would be cool.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. We could. It doesn't necessarily have to be healing, but I think a supportive weapon where you could, maybe you're throwing out. Maybe you're throwing out. Well, I'm thinking like someone that's like throwing out threads, something that's like throwing out distractions, or like I don't know, doing buffs, stuff like that. Like I don't see it being.
I think we need a defensive weapon before anything, because like we have in the game we have provoke on items, right? But we have no real way of base or of getting hit by a kimono and not taking an insane amount of damage.
I think you need an AK-47.
Yeah, there we go. Start bringing some
I
dynamite
think
and
that's
bazookas.
that's accurate. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's cool, man. Well,
that's what I have to talk about. Yeah,
Yeah.
like Wild Hearts. I'm interested to see what they come out with. I'm enjoying it. It's a good time, and I'm glad that Bill and you Sinan are enjoying it because I was a little worried about that, but
I'm glad you guys are too. Honestly, I didn't
I
think it
think
would
you would
last
enjoy it,
long for you.
Scruff. Like if
I
you picked it up, I
probably
think you would
would.
enjoy it.
I
Because
probably would.
like I remember you playing that, which will not be named from Epic Game Store.
Yeah. I do enjoy
And
those,
you enjoyed that
and I would have enjoyed
for
Monster
someone.
Hunter if I could have ran it on my old PC at the time. I
Yeah.
still plan to go back to that, but no, it's just like
I don't even know if you'll be able to run this on your PC. Good game.
is it? Oh, is
Wild
it?
Hearts is
Um,
rough,
you
dude.
were saying it was rough, yeah.
Apparently, we are getting
they're really
a
focused on
Performance
fixing
patch.
it.
A
a
They're yeah,
performance patch tomorrow alongside with it. Yeah.
Yeah,
they're pretty adamant about fixing it. They're not they're
that's
So
not happy with it. So
that's all I got to say about it. Sorry, I took a little bit longer on that than
Nah,
Yeah,
you're
we
good.
needed.
Also,
you can-
Laharback is not a typo. They've been referring to that like on
I
all of their
I'm
posts.
I'm aware. I'm aware. I was just I was making a joke. I was
Hey.
talking to my buddy Solid, and I was like, I'm wondering if that's a fucking like translation.
And it seems like the Grimstalker is going to be more of a quote unquote new than what the Laharback's going to be. It seems like it's going to be more of
We'll see.
along the lines of like the Rage Tail to the Spore Tail. Not like super different, but
I don't. Yeah,
A
I
bit.
don't consider that different personally, but that's just me.
no, that's fair.
all right. Well, since we're talking about things that are not really different and people talking in circles and just wasting everyone's time, not saying you guys are wasting everyone's time. I'm just saying that
Wow.
that these reskins.
Tell
can
me how
waste
you
your time.
really feel, Sid. Jesus.
Let's we give you guys the Activision Microsoft update. We are your go-to source. We quoted this last week and we'll reiterate this. Like if you are wanting your news when it comes to Microsoft Activision deal, you come here. Like we will not have it first. We'll definitely probably have it last, but it's gonna be good. No,
I thought we had a direct line.
yeah,
We do.
well,
Yeah.
you know.
They've been
Allegedly.
That was until that they someone deemed to say that the direct line that we were actually getting a shittier version of the direct line that they were giving to other people. So
Like a really bad game of telephone.
yeah. Enigma, I'm actually gonna let you, you're the one that kind of broke this with us and kind of go into what this was. But
I didn't actually see this.
what happened? What was the new update?
I mean, there was a bunch, honestly. Like, legitimately, the last 2 days, I believe,
been
2 days or
wild.
3 days, have just been inundated with left and right bullshit coming from Sony, coming from the FTC, coming from the UK. I can't remember what they're fucking called. It's like the UK Heights panel or some shit like that. But yeah, they've been coming out with a lot of stuff. Like Sony came out and said something about the fact that they fear that Microsoft, if the acquisition and the merger goes through, they fear that Microsoft will provide a buggier version or a not as developed version of Call of Duty for the PlayStation 5. Like,
Because that's the way that you
What?
make that's the way you make money with one of your publishers and your game studios is to release shittier versions on other platforms.
it
It's
just
really weird that
baffles
they
me, man.
yeah, it's weird they brought that up. I don't know if they're projecting because they got like
Because they
people
do the
called
same
that
thing.
well
That's
they
literally what I
got called
said.
out
Yeah.
for Callisto Protocol.
Yeah.
People were saying that Sony bought uh that dev team out to make it worse on Xbox and PC.
Yeah. So
And now they're
kind of
projecting
put
that
the
on the
blame on
opposite
other.
foot.
Yep. Exactly.
It's a weird
wouldn't put
stance
it
to
past
take,
them,
man.
So
Like
there was that.
obviously Call of Duty, if bought by Xbox, is going to be developed primarily on the Xbox consoles, which means that every other version is going to be a port. So there is the chance that it will be not as optimal,
What I
but it's
will
not
say-
intended to be not as
They
optimal.
don't even have to pay to make Call of Duty a buggy game. It
That
already is.
game is
That's what
shit.
I was gonna say.
Already is, man.
100%.
It's so
you
bad.
don't need to worry about Xbox doing that. It's entirely fucking Activision. Like,
Don't worry about it. Yeah.
So they had that come out, which boggled my mind. I was like, oh, okay, Sony, you're shooting
They're
for the
dude,
the
they're
fucking-
really stretching now, man.
yeah, you're stretching, you're shooting for the moon with that one. There was also one that came out. Like I said, there was so much that came out in the last couple days.
Well, the
I,
game,
I
what was it,
I'm
the
trying
Game
to
Pass?
remember
The
what.
Game Pass. They said that they're saying that they were going. It was going to
Yeah,
force PlayStation to raise the price, and that they were
let me
going
let me
to
open that.
like basically cause Game Pass to be the better value than what PlayStation Plus was. Like I saw
So
that one.
yeah,
Like
so
how,
this Game Pass prices will not. This was straight from Xbox because they were worried that this going to Game Pass would force them to basically have to push their game prices up for Game Pass. So Game Pass prices will not increase as a result of the merger, and certainly will not increase to a point that offsets the substantial benefits of Activision titles coming to Game Pass on a day and date basis. This is especially so given that Game Pass will continue to be constrained by buy to play. Provisional findings are postulating that the price of Game Pass would go up as a result of the merger to agree to offset basically the fact that they just spent $69 million on it. But
billion?
billion.
Billion,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what I meant. But Microsoft is saying, yeah, no, that's not going to happen. Like that's just not going to happen. We're
I,
we're good.
I,
We're good with what we got.
And there should
I
be no reason that should happen with
Yeah.
Yeah.
PlayStation Plus
And
either.
there should be no and then on top of that, they said the inclusion of Activision content in Game Pass will spur Sony to invest in its subscription offerings by enabling Microsoft to compete more effectively against Sony. The merger can also be expected to push Sony to improve its subscription offering, which don't know if you guys know, but
this
Sony
is
Plus not great right now. Uh, no first party, as far as I know. Bill, you can correct me if I'm wrong. No first party stuff going on it right now. I know that they have
Oh,
plans for
there's
putting
plenty
first party
of
stuff
first party stuff on it. Just nothing's came day
day
one.
one. Yeah, day one. That's what I meant.
But
So they're saying that
didn't
that's
they change that though? Isn't that going forward? It is going to be day one.
They've had a few
we've had a few of
indie.
them. I remember.
There's a few of these smaller Sony titles that have been at the last state of play that they said we're going to be on day one. So, and that's interesting. Also interesting. We talked about Minecraft Dungeons coming to PlayStation. It's
Yes,
actually the free game of the month this year. So that
along along with wasn't it
along with
2042
Battlefield 2042
And Code
and
Vein,
and a
yeah.
couple other ones.
Code Vein.
Yeah.
But yeah, the fact that a Microsoft game is
I
now
l-
the PlayStation Plus free game of the month.
I love
It-
how the fucking messaging here after all of Sony's bullshit, right? After all the Sony crap that Jim Ryan is pulling, I love that Microsoft is like, you know what? Fuck this. You know, we're gonna make your company better by doing this acquisition. Can you just
Yeah.
please get the fuck out of the way to let this go through and be done?
Seriously.
It's so funny, man.
Yeah, so to continue on with that, they basically said that to benefit more than 46 million subscribers, which would in turn result in lower prices, higher quality, and or greater choice for console customers. This is to reflect in the consumer feedback of the CMA, which stated that the merger will push Sony to innovate, such as by improving its subscription service. And then it says, indeed, Sony has already significantly improved PlayStation Plus in response to the announcement of the merger, introducing new tiers and adding additional content, which is true. They've had to improve it. Even without Sony first party titles day and date, Sony's monthly price for PlayStation Plus are higher than Game Pass.
Go ahead,
There
Scruff.
you go.
You've been trying to say something for like the last like couple minutes. What
Sorry,
are you
yeah,
guys-
sorry,
No,
Scruff.
you're fine. I was just gonna point back to the Minecraft Dungeons things because Phil Spencer actually had a jab at Sony when it was like announced that it was coming to PlayStation Plus. He's like, we're just glad to see our title Minecraft Dungeons available on more platforms for people to enjoy. And everyone's like, this is just such a subtle like knock, like
Yeah,
like a
I mean,
little
someone needs to take the shit away from Jim Ryan, bro. So, like we talked about, Jim Ryan needs to go to bed. He needs to go
Yeah.
home. Someone call that
Speaking-
man an Uber.
Speaking of Jim Ryan, apparently, and none of this has been confirmed, but it's from the Activision CCO saying that she was told by Jim Ryan himself that he doesn't care about a new Call of Duty deal. He
Yeah, oh, yeah,
just
that's-
wants to stop the merger
Yeah,
altogether.
the-
This wasn't
and-
this wasn't said on like the
Oh,
European
God.
board floor or anything. This was
No.
said in private to Activision CCO.
Activision executives. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I was going to get at. And to quote it exactly, this is coming from Lulu Chang, which is a big portion, or I believe she's
She's the
Activision.
co.
Is she not? Yeah, she's the co Activision, right?
Yep.
So she says Microsoft offered Sony, the dominant console leader, for well over a decade with 80% market share, a 10-year agreement on a far better terms than Sony would ever get from them. Activision. Okay.
Who they've been
We've
getting
also
deals from
yeah.
for the past years. Yeah.
We've also offered Sony
So funny.
guaranteed long-term access to Call of Duty, but they keep refusing. Why? And then on top of that, she says the CEO of SIE, Sony Entertainment, answered the question in Brussels. In his words, I don't want a new Call of Duty deal. I just want to block your merger.
It, I can't do anything but laugh. And this has turned into like the best comedy that is out there.
Honestly, this has turned into the
it's
best sale for
son of
like
a
push to people to buy
bitch.
Xbox.
Yeah.
It's real tough out there enjoying Sony franchises right
I'm
now,
just
just because
and
of. I don't know how Jim Ryan is going to have a job after all of this.
yeah,
Genuinely, I don't know
I
how the
don't get it.
backers
I don't
haven't
understand how he stays with it.
ousted them.
Yeah, I'm not entirely because Sony is a. We were talking about this last night, if I remember correctly. Saying Sony is a publicly traded company,
Yeah,
correct?
yeah.
I am so baffled why they haven't been like Jim. You're out, bro. Get the
Well, not
fuck.
even that. Activision is this publicly traded company. If you think that if this deal does not go through, that the board is going to sit
Yep.
there and say, fuck Sony and everything that they touch, they're not getting shit.
And we've talked about this in the past. Like I believe it was either the last podcast or the podcast before that we had spoken, and I brought up the fact that if this merger does not succeed, right? If Sony actually succeeds in blocking it from happening, and I asked this question the last time. I said, "Do you believe that Sony will still accept, or not Sony, Activision will still accept Sony as a provider for Call of Duty, or do you think that they will just be like, no, you completely fucked us over on that deal. You're
He
not getting
just fucked about a
you're not
$69 billion.
getting yeah,
If you
you're not getting Call of Duty.
There's no
If
yeah.
you were gonna sit here and tell me that after this, after being told by the CEO of Sony Entertainment that I don't want a new Call of Duty deal, I just want to block your merger. That Activision is gonna go, yeah, we'll bring Call of Duty to PlayStation. Sure, why not?
Fucking hilarious. I will give PlayStation a win though. You guys got Discord today. Congratulations.
Yeah, yeah.
You
Yeah,
got Discord.
Yay.
it's super seamless too. It better be
That's good.
after them having 2 years to work on it.
The only
Well,
thing that
and
like is kind of weird to me is it's a little weird on how you actually have to use it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I've looked at both how it is like used on Xbox and PlayStation. I heard it from my buddy Nate who set it up. Like you have to first enter a call on another device and then switch it, like transfer it to the console
yes,
through the
I
console.
believe
Well,
you do. If I
not
remember
It's
correctly, you have to actually
it,
have channels as well that are for console specific, if I remember correctly.
maybe even I don't know, but it looks very weird.
I will get you an update on that on the next
Cool.
podcast because
Maybe
I
you
Let you
just
guys
I
know
just
next.
downloaded it.
Yeah,
I
I
think
want to see further how it works because it's not an actual app. It's more of an extension of the
It'll
party
make playing
chat.
Wild Hearts significantly easier.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I am
I
happy
was gonna
for it
ask you. I
because
was gonna ask you how you were doing that last night. What did you just have your headset on over there and you were playing
Oh,
on
yeah,
your
I was just using my PC monitor.
it will
gotcha.
help tremendously for anybody just trying to play cross-platform games like my buddy Nate for playing COD. It's going to help a lot. It's just I'm still curious on why they
Well,
didn't go more of an app route.
that's
It's
because it's part of the TOS that they decided to take that out, but you have to pledge your allegiance to Jim Ryan and swear that you will sign
that's
the
it.
affidavit that says you don't want the Microsoft merger to go through.
That's
Like,
yeah.
that's part
Speaking
of
of
the
Where
TOS.
they're starting from
cross-platform, this
now.
whole Xbox Sony thing has got me like concerned again because Sony was already super weird about cross-play, cross-platform like stuff. It took them a long time to get with the times and allow PlayStation players to play with Xbox players and PC players. Do you think that Sony's dumb enough to start backpedaling on that and just completely separate off the system again?
How long are
If
they going to
this
let
yeah,
Jim Ryan
100%.
do Jim Ryan things? Is the better question.
Yeah.
Like,
If Jim Ryan is still CEO, yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
I can see
yeah.
Because
him
let's be
doing
real here. I'm not a fan of the consolidation. I don't like these companies buying up the smaller companies and doing all that. I've been against that since day one. I don't really like the Microsoft deal going through. I don't really like the idea, even though we've been joking about it, of Square being brought up by Sony in the future. I'm not a fan of it.
which by the way, really quickly. So, what's it called? Square Enix has moved their main studio, their HQ, some might say, 15 minutes down the road from Sony HQ. Just gonna put that out there.
It's ironic, to say the least. But I broke my train of thought on that.
Sorry,
Way to
bud.
go, Enigma.
No, you're
Yeah.
good. I don't like the consolidation and stuff like that. But yeah, it's gone. It's gone. Thanks, Enigma. If I remember it, I'll
You're
bring it back up.
You were talking about them like backpedaling on doing the crossplay and where they were kind of at there. Did it ringing any bells?
Yeah, it is, but the thought is
He's
gone.
just so stunned.
Overall,
He was so stunned by it. He was like, "Oh my god,
and
15
she was
minutes?
too
What?"
stunned to speak.
Anyway, well, I don't know. Maybe they are committing career suicide. Maybe not, but there is suicide in the news, and we're talking about Suicide Squad,
Okay.
and they have been delayed along with Starfield, but Suicide Squad didn't get as big of a delay as what Starfield.
Wait, yeah, what was Starfield's original release? I only
Who
have
the fuck
seen-
knows?
I
wait,
was
it
under the impression it was
I was-
November
it
2022
was
was the
November.
original.
It was like November.
November.
Come on.
1st or
It was
November 11th.
never going to be that day. It was never going to fucking
Well, yeah,
happen.
but I just wanted to know
Yeah,
like
I
what
mean-
they said, you know.
Yeah. So, but we did get a trailer that we can talk about at least while we're sitting here discussing Starfield. So they I love that the fact that Starfield goes, hey, we're launching our official launch date announcement trailer. It's delayed, and then like it just comes up as like the date, and everyone's like, wait, this is fucking delayed. wait a minute. And it's so like I'm just like, why did you not just come out like the Starfield official launch delay date trailer? Like, why did you not just say that?
Yeah.
But I don't know if you guys saw the trailer or watched the trailer of it. Did you guys have any thoughts on
I
kind of
did
what we
not
saw?
watch it.
I didn't watch it. I haven't watched it yet.
I'm watching it right now.
It looks hella fucking generic, bro.
It
Generic.
reminds me of like Destiny meets like No Man's Sky meets like
It is.
Well,
I'm gonna be
it's,
real with you. Nothing about the trailer got
Interstellar-
me any
Interstellar.
more excited about this game than what I already was, which
It's-
was not excited at all.
Honestly, it's a trailer that's
That's
I
it.
expect from Bethesda.
Yeah.
Like 100%, it's a trailer that I like. Outer Worlds did a
Yeah.
trailer for their Outer Worlds 2, right?
Oh.
Back, I think, like a year
Their
ago,
trailers
right?
are great.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Their Outer Worlds trailer for Outer Worlds 2 was a complete mockery
Yeah.
of Bethesda's trailers for Starfield and for Elder Scrolls 6.
Because Obsidian doesn't give a shit.
Yeah. It's because
Can-
Obsidian is like, fuck you guys.
Yeah.
We're not big fans of you anymore. You can go and screw off, right? But yeah, 100%. It just goes straight down the line of that's a Bethesda trailer.
Yeah.
100%.
Can we
then
just-
the trailer, it's all just Todd Howard doing Todd Howard things.
Todd's
like,
looking bad too.
Can we just take a second to just point out the fact that this right here is the most staged bullshit I have ever seen. This is a fucking green screen that literally they just pasted a fucking other trailer on top of this, acting like these guys are either playing it or fucking watching some kind of new thing. This is the fucking trailer from like E3.
Is this green screenception? Is that a green screen on top of a green screen in front of Todd Howard?
Yeah, Todd Howard's
wouldn't
not in
doubt
that
it.
fucking office, dude. He's like coming right off the reason he looks like shit is because he's coming right off the beach after drinking Mai Tais and sitting in the
I was
fucking
about to
sun
say,
all
he's probably
goddamn day.
working from home, bro. That's why.
Yeah.
It's so I'm
They sent him over an Elgato green screener. Like, set that bitch up real quick, bro.
like those are the two guys that you just saw are the only two people that are actually working. Everybody else is in this fucking kitchen drinking sodas or watching nothing. Like,
Oh, I like how this guy just walked up and is like, I'm just gonna casually sip my coffee and watch these guys play Starfield.
All right, Dave, wave back to the camera now. Wave.
and this is the announcement. Like, I'm like, dude, what the fuck is this? Like, this
The
is so
announcement delay
crazy.
trailer.
Like, it's
Yeah.
so bad. I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
Anyway.
Bethesda. That's
It's a 100%. Like, that's the best. That's the best
That's-
thing that I can say is That's
He's not
Bethesda.
even he's not even looking in the general direction of that monitor. Like if you look at like his eye line sight, he is looking at something like way up here over here on this one. It's so fucking bad. Like god dang it.
I will
Oh,
say,
man.
I have slightly more hope for this game since this is the first project that they're putting out
With
under the
Microsoft.
Microsoft umbrella.
Yeah.
And
Right?
this is going to be a big determiner on whether Microsoft for one, wasted their money on this purchase, and two, how much they're actually going to be able to improve these studios through these purchases and through giving them more assets.
I have a lot of hope that Microsoft will help. I don't know if it's going to fix things. I don't think that you can fix.
Oh, I'm
Bethesda.
not looking for a
But-
fix because it's still
I
on the
don't. I
creation
don't.
engine.
I
Fix
don't
it
think that
if
you
they
can
stick to
fix
the same
Bethesda.
engine. It's-
Yeah. I like I said, I do not think you can fix Bethesda. I think you can help Bethesda, but there's no fixing Bethesda for what Bethesda is.
It's because
Unfortunately.
Bethesda just works, and
Well,
that's all it is.
the problem is too that this is not even though this is the first game of them fully being under the umbrella, whatever. This game has been in development for a long time prior to them buying
That
them
is
out. So,
true.
It has, but it's had enough development underneath Microsoft to I think that they had enough input in it to be like, hey, you go back to the drawing board for that because
I
they've
don't-
been in partnership. They've been in partnership even before Bethesda got bought out by them. Bethesda and Microsoft have been in the bed with each other for very long.
I
We-
don't think. I think you're underestimating the chumminess of Todd Howard and.
Oh, I'm
his
not.
Fucking
No,
pull,
again, 100%. This game is going to be a fucking trash heap. Like 100%, this is going to be
Especially at
very
launch.
bad. Yeah,
Especially at
this
launch.
I have no doubt about it that this game is going to release and be a buggy piece of shit just like 76.
Yeah, and it'll
Yeah.
stay that way for a long
It
time.
will.
too.
It probably will never be fixed.
Um, I've got more. I don't know. I guess hope for Elder Scrolls 6, which we won't
I
see for
don't.
another 10 years
Yeah.
probably. But
that
this
will be
game,
the first game
I'm-
underneath the Microsoft's umbrella.
Yeah,
That will be the first game.
that will be the official first game. This one, I'm still.
I
skeptical.
have more hope for Black Isles or what are they called now? They're not Black Isles. It's the ones that came out with Outer Worlds. What are they called now?
They're Obsidian still. What do you mean?
Are they Obsidian? No, I said Black Isles. Yes, Obsidian. That's what I
Obsidian,
meant. I have more hopes for Obsidian's
Avowed.
answer. Yeah, Disavowed or
I
whatever it was called.
I want to
Avowed.
see more on Avowed. We haven't
So
seen
do
anything
I.
that long ass game.
I'm really hoping that we see something.
Closing to the release of this, you'll start seeing it as those fuckers are like, damn, that's oil and water, and you know that they're sitting back going, this is fucking great.
I've also heard some rumors about Fallout New Vegas.
Too. Yeah.
Too.
I mean,
Bro,
we've
don't
heard
we
in
all?
partnership
Isn't
with
that all? Isn't
Obsidian.
that
Those
always out
rumors
there?
for a
It's
long
fucking-
But
time,
it's just
Oh my
rumors.
God.
Yeah, it's just rumors.
Yeah.
But I could
So
see it
bad.
happening now that
I
they're
would
both under
love-
the umbrella.
Would love to see that happening.
Yeah.
Well, that was Starfield. We also got another new trailer, which I think we're all kind of excited about. Dead Island 2, right? This is
this is more than
Yeah.
this is a 15-minute
It's
segment
like
of
gameplay. Yeah,
isn't
And the
this right
gameplay
around
looks
corner?
really good.
it does look
It
extremely
is
good.
right around the corner. You are correct. I think was it like May?
It's May.
I
Yeah,
swear
like
to
end of
God,
May,
it's
I
like
believe.
April, May.
2 months away or something. And also, we didn't mention this last time, but they have went gold as well. So development is gold. Like they're just doing the finishing touches at this point.
Dead Island 2 is April 28th.
Wow, that's
Dude,
right.
That's
around the corner.
exciting.
That's my birthday, bro. Let's go.
There you go.
Birthday stream
Yo.
Dead Island 2?
Watch it get delayed next week.
Damn it.
But they'll do it with an announcement trailer. They'll have an announcement trailer of delay.
They better say happy birthday at least.
Yeah, they're watching right now, Scruffy, I'm
yeah.
sure. They'll shut you out in their next gameplay trailer for
Right.
sure.
This looks a lot like Dying Light. Like I played Dead Island the first
Yeah,
one, but this
To
is
be
gonna
real with
very-
you, they've always had a very similar
They
piece
have.
to them.
It's
Or
not.
is
It's
it-
not that. It's not. Wait. I want to. It's not that this looks like Dying Light. Dying Light looks like Dead
Yeah,
Island.
I know it. I know Dead Island
And-
came first.
and now we're coming back around. Yeah. But I'm actually I loved this whole
I
game.
think it looks good, man.
Bro, if they could pull this graphic fidelity off, I'm impressed.
Yeah, man.
The one thing that I am curious to see is again, and we've talked about this with Dying Light and Dead Island and a couple of other ones, is like the Dead Island's original durability system on their weapons was trash.
It was
And
trash. That was the
I
worst
do
part of
not
it.
want that back. I do not want that back.
Not a chance, bro. I hope not,
But
really.
I am extremely impressed with the dismemberment system that they have. Like, according to this gameplay, there's parts of it that you can like target
Mhm.
body
Yeah.
parts.
Like segmented
Um,
parts, yeah.
yeah,
The closest thing I've seen in some comparisons that people have made, it's to the Dead Space remakes dismemberment system, where you can actually
yeah.
see like the flesh like coming off as you're
Yeah.
like specifically targeting segments, and they do fall apart strategically depending on how you either hit or shoot them.
Yeah.
I think it shows it in this gameplay. He like shoots one of them in the leg, both the legs, and
It
knocks
just
both
did
of
Yeah,
the
that.
they
legs
just showed
off.
that about
They did show
15
that.
seconds
Yeah,
ago. If you were here
it's
live, you
very
can see it.
impressive. What is going on with our YouTube?
I don't know.
Bro.
Sorry, continue on.
Dude, but I will say the world that they're crafting to make it look like the Beverly Hills, like, beautiful. It is so spot on to like the party scenes, like the old timey, like classic cars, like dropped in the pool and everything going on. Oh, dude, I am very excited to play in this environment. I think it's gonna be awesome. And
This
I
is
think it's even
multiplayer,
going
right?
Yes.
co-op. Yeah,
One thing that
and
has me concerned, and it's really the only thing that has me concerned, and I'm less concerned now than I was before, but it's still on my radar, is the card system kind of replacing the class system. Um, Whereas
Yeah,
in the
but
original Dead Island, you had like character classes, like you had the football dude that was good at like
yeah.
throwing weapons and stuff. You had the
yeah.
bigger dude that had like the heavy weapon skills and
Well, I
stuff
think you
like that.
still have
That's
like
Yeah,
all been replaced
but
with the
characters.
card system.
I'll also point out that I kind of like this system more because in Dead Island I didn't like being locked down to a certain play style depending on what character I chose. You
Yeah,
know,
Yeah,
and
and
there's
this
no way to
like
swap
I
that
like
around.
yeah. There's no way to
yeah.
swap that around. So like it just if you connect with one of the specific characters, you're just stuck to that in Dead Island. Whereas in this one, if you're connecting with one of the characters, like if you connect with this, I think she's Irish. I can't remember her name. But she's an Irish character. Like if you want to play as the Irish character, you can play whatever you want. If you want to be a heavy hitter that
Yeah.
swings around two-handed mallets or mauls or whatever, you can do that. If you want to be like a stealthy, dex-based character, you can do that. I like that a lot more personally.
More
The
freedom,
customization, and
more
everything like
yeah.
that. Exactly. Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of card systems either, but I can get down with
I
exactly what
think
It
I think
just seemed
as long as
goofy,
they do
but the
them
way
correct.
they've explained it is a bit better than what I was
Yeah.
expecting.
Yeah.
As long as they do them correctly and you have a decent amount of customization on them, where it's not just because the card system that comes to mind that I actually enjoyed
Back for
was
Blood.
Back for Blood. Yeah.
Awesome. Yep.
I actually quite enjoyed Back for Blood's card system. I didn't get to like mess with it too heavily, but it seemed like very customizable. And if they do that with this, I think it'll be an enjoyable time.
Looks cool. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, hey, it's right around the corner. It's not coming on Game Pass, right? It's a full purchase.
I believe it
I'm
is.
not sure about that. Let me
I'm
check.
looking it up now. Yeah, I'm fact
Speak
checking.
amongst yourselves.
Get the fact checks.
don't
Nothing
think so,
about
though.
Game Pass now.
Yeah, I don't think so. If I remember correctly, Dead Island has nothing to do with.
I do hope the
Dead
game
Island
has.
creators have nothing
Did the
to do with
first Dead
that.
Island have modding capabilities? Like, could you mod the game?
Yeah, you could.
Okay.
Or
Okay.
well, sorry, no, you could not mod the game. I was thinking weapon modding.
And weapon
No.
mods. Yeah,
Oh yeah, I don't believe like,
not mod mods.
external
I think
mods.
it had a mod DB. Like I think it had a what's it called
Nexus.
a Nexus mod repository, but I don't think that it was like
I just
supported.
I feel like game like I don't know why any game shouldn't have a mod capabilities, but like because to me like I'm seeing this and I'm immediately going, man, dude, fucking make a mod to where this is a bunch of people in the fucking same world, like kind of thing. Like I want to experience this with like what the fuck am I looking at? I want to experience this. There's Scruffy's character.
Well,
That's me,
you
man.
gotta remember. Did you ever play Dead Island?
Yeah,
Sin? Yeah, okay.
yeah,
Yeah, they were very kooky. They like some of the quests in Dead Island
Oh
were
yeah,
extremely weird.
It-
And
it's a very
this one is
gimmicky game.
Yeah, this one falls right into it.
Yeah,
It's like the
if not more, it's gonna be.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
I
like
mean,
the
I,
stoner.
I
He's like, "Hey, bro, are you the pizza guy,
You
bro?
guy,
Oh man, that sucks, man. I could have really smashed the pizza right now, bro."
you got any buzz balls though?
That's
yeah, there we
Scruffy
go.
essentially. Yeah, this is Scruffy when he's like
He's got
35.
the beanie and
Yeah.
I mean, I like Dead Island, so I'm looking forward to this. It's actually been off my radar. I mean, I think it's been off everybody's radar, and then all of a sudden it just kind of popped up that
I've
this
been
was going to be
watching
a
it.
thing.
Like
No,
I've been
I'm
excited
saying
for it.
nobody until they announced it, which was at the Game Awards, right? Was when they first
Yeah, a
we
couple
first
years ago.
started
Yeah.
seeing something or whatever else. Like we didn't even know. I think it was like last year that we
yeah,
didn't, or
except
2 years
for all
ago.
we know, it was canceled forever, which I always held out though. I always
So
still,
did I.
still held true. Like it's coming, my love, my baby.
Me and Scruffy were holding on to it like Sin
Yeah.
holds on to Wildstar coming
Yeah.
back.
Why, bro? You know what? Dauntless. Go back and play Dauntless.
Okay.
One thing I will say to kind of backtrack to the Game Pass thing, I'm almost glad that it's not coming to Game Pass, just for the simple fact that a lot of third-party games that have went straight to Game Pass have not been the best quality. It seems like if a third-party game is going to Game Pass, it's a lack of quality from their developer.
Yeah, maybe.
Just
Could
from what
be.
we've seen.
And trying to like just get as much as the deal out as they can.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
I can get you.
By the way, we did talk about Suicide Squad getting delayed. The game got delayed a month, so it's getting pushed to where's the damn date? I just had it.
I think it
It's
was like May 23rd, wasn't it?
where? Why am I not seeing the damn date of when it's coming out?
I thought it was May 23rd. Let me check though. I got it right here. It's will no longer be being released in May,
It's August 5th.
August 5th. Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a pretty big
Well,
delay.
Okay,
Little
so
bit.
it's a 3-month delay.
It's a
Yeah.
3-month delay. Yeah.
Which I guess I get if you. I'm wondering if this is more or less not that the game needs polishing, but the fact that the release window would have put them right along with like fucking Zelda, Diablo 4, and Final Fantasy. I think and
It's possible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Final
I mean,
Fantasy stuff,
anything,
so-
yeah, all that kind of can factor into delays. So,
yeah. So
it was-
anyway, so if you were looking forward to that, then it is a couple months back. We talked about Game Pass, and we talked about them kind of, third-party developers. I think it's important to note that one of Enigma's favorite studios, he loves this studio more than any other
I'm out.
studio.
I'm leaving. I don't wanna
Epic
talk about this.
Games has launched their
He said the
own
word.
well, I'm pretty sure that's where Dauntless sits, right? Yeah, thanks.
Oh.
Epic Games store launches their own self-publishing tool for
Hey.
developers and publishers.
Hey, Wildstar is never coming back.
So is this
Just give it
like
up.
Steam's green light program that I
Yes.
don't think
Yeah.
is even a thing anymore?
It's still a thing. It's just not. It's not.
It's just folded
as
into their
prevalent.
normal shit.
Yeah, it's not as
Okay.
prevalent as it was
That's
back in
what
the
I
day.
thought it
So
was.
Steam's Greenlight, they stopped taking like public submissions.
Right.
Back in like 2018, I think.
There was a
2017,
time
sometime
where
ago.
everything was getting greenlit,
Yeah.
and it was scary times. It was.
I mean, it's still scary times on Steam, man. Like,
It
let's
is.
be real, but
It is.
So I want to put one of the things that they are doing, and they're kind of jabbing at Steam with this one, is basically saying that there are some requirements to self-publish on this platform, which I think is they're a fucking joke, but it is what it is. So PC crossplay for multiplayer games. Multiplayer games must support crossplay across all PC stores, which that's a shocker. I would have thought that they would have fucking locked that shit down.
I mean,
Like,
I
yeah,
don't
that was
really
very cool.
really see it as a shocker if you think about what Epic, like what their main driving factor has been for a lot of these games, such as Dauntless, that went over there, right? The main driving factor for them going over was the fact that Epic could do and help them with the multi-platform, right? So essentially, what you got to remember is like their requirement for that is if they can't get people to come over from this is my words, at least this is in my opinion, if they can't get people to come over from Steam, they're going to try and force people to still play games with other Epic Game Store people and
It's not
use in some instances Epic Game Store's inbuilt I what's the word I'm looking, like
Or
architecture
online
for
service.
multiplayer. Yeah.
Right, but well, I'm not saying multi-platform, but they're saying that it's
No.
got to be able to play across
Multi-store.
multiple
That's
stores.
that's what I'm
Like
saying though. Is like
Steam and
if they can't get people from Steam to move
GOG.
to Epic, they're still going to require people to use their platform or their platform specific
Yeah.
multiplayer architecture to
Wait,
still play on Steam.
they're saying on this that they can use their Epic online services for free, which that's a
Yeah.
kind of shock to me. I wouldn't have
That's
thought.
that's where I'm getting this from though. Is
Yeah.
again, they're going to force these people to use their system to then, if they release on Steam still, you're still going to have to sign up for an Epic account.
Yeah,
Maybe.
but
So
I'm just
that's in my opinion.
I'm just surprised they're allowing them to use their Epic online services for free and not charging, the devs to use their online services.
Well, I mean,
They're still going to charge the devs because they're going to take a cut. Like they're going to take a cut of
Yeah.
the sales. Like they're going to self-publish, but they're going to take a
Sales,
cut.
yeah. But I mean, the devs can go to any other of these like third-party SDKs to get their cross play. I don't know. I'm just always in the eyes that Epic is trying to get as much money as they can out of any.
they are
Oh, for sure.
100%. No, them giving that away for free has nothing to do with them just doing it out of the kindness of their heart, because they will give that away for free, but then they'll charge you to set it
They'll
up.
find the money.
They'll be like, hey, we'll give you this for free, but if you don't know how to use it,
right?
Pay us and we'll set it up for you.
Yeah. They'll find the money. You're right.
The other stuff is Epic. They have to have Epic Game Store achievements. No big shocker.
Yeah.
Age restrictions for regional distribution. No big shocker.
Which
Prohibited.
honestly, and just to put a little point on that, right? I have to choose my words wisely here because I don't want to be like suddenly.
You're about to say that you liked something that they did.
I do not. I will not say that.
Clippable moment, chat. Get it ready. Where's the short?
I am impressed with.
Already,
I am impressed with Epic.
Holy shit!
Went down this route over Steam because
short it,
inundated with porn bullshit over the last 6 years, and it has gotten on
you
my nerves,
epic shill. You epic shill. You're gonna download.
Never mind. I take it back. I hate Epic. Fuck Epic.
You're downloading Dauntless tonight, aren't you?
Looking it out of context, it is already.
Wow, you just heard history, chat. You just heard history. Prohibited content, basically certain types of content is going to be prohibited on there, which is going to be the pornographic material, because yes, you're right, there's a lot of it on Steam. And then to the
I wonder if they'll still have free stuff.
To the point, shut up. To the point that literally my son had to come to me and go, Dad, what is Clit Defender? And I'm like, what is what?
We shouldn't laugh about that. We shouldn't laugh about that because that should not be a thing.
Kidding me?
Wow.
The worst one would have been if he would have came and asked you, hey, what is BDSM furry Hitler sex? What is that?
It's my library.
And it's not like you have to go anywhere. Like you don't have to dig very deep for this shit. It's just up on like the new.
No, it's always up, like on the new releases.
Oh
like,
yes, it is. It is always up, boys and girls. Anyway, game quality. The game. So this one was the one that was that was a kicker for me. Games must download, install, launch, and function consistently with the assets and descriptions you provide on the game page. Epic reserves the right to reject games we don't feel are sufficient in quality and functionality. Bullshit. They will not pull a fucking game down unless it is a complete dumpster fire. And by dumpster fire, I mean like Days Gone.
Right.
So I just that one's a joke. But then I love this little part where they're like, why bring games over to the Epic Store? Because access to an audience of over 230 million users from all over the world. Publishers receive this is the kick right here. Publishers receive 88% of revenue for the game sold. That is a fucking punch to the fucking teeth of good old Steam. Like Steam dicks over their games.
Yeah, that is true.
I'm for it, man. Like I think Epic is at least now being a proper competitor, and it should create some good good consumer practices
Not-
from
and
both
but
sides.
but in the fine text they're gonna have, but we will offer your game for free next month. So
Right.
Yeah.
yeah,
I do like this
And
other
we
part
won't
too,
warn you.
yeah,
where they
We'll offer for free and we won't let you
yeah.
know.
Yeah,
where they
thanks for
say
partnering with
that
Epic. Thanks.
that I do like this where they say Epic will provide professional localization of your game page at no cost, which is great. Request the service at the developer portal, support a ticket. But for games built on Unreal Engine, engine royalty fees are waived for in-store purchases using Epic's payment processor.
Well, that's been
those
the
are still,
case with Epic, Epic from the start.
yeah,
If
but
you
Epic did, but
published,
that was if you published them. But this is the first time you could self-publish through them without having to go through a bunch
yeah,
of rigmarole bullshit.
but that's what I'm saying. Like it doesn't surprise me that they did that. They've been doing that since the start of the Epic Games Store.
I'm not saying it's
If
surprising.
you
I'm
went
just
to the
saying
Epic
that
Games Store,
it's a nice feature to be able to have with to not have to pay royalties for an Unreal Engine developed game. Like if you're getting published somewhere else and putting on the Epic Store, you still had to pay royalties. So now if you're self-publishing it, you don't have to pay royalties, which is still that's good. It's nice. I mean, it's still a good bonus.
There's some shocking stuff in here.
I just want that clip. I need that short. Please give me that short. Yeah.
Bill, if you clip that, I will come to your house and I will find you.
No, he doesn't.
and
He
I
can't.
will
He's
do
has a
unspeakable
bad
things.
back. Don't worry about it. He won't make it that
Yeah.
far.
Don't believe his threats.
Talking about somebody else that is walking out of a house to go somewhere else. The Riot MMO, I don't know if it's necessarily in trouble, but it did lose its executive producer, Ghostcrawler. If you're unfamiliar with Ghostcrawler, he was big in the World of Warcraft space. He was big in Warcraft 3. He's got chops, and he was kind of the person that was really spearheading this MMO and whatever else. He has come out and said that basically this is in good hands. It's not something that
that was my biggest thing. Is like I was curious if it was just kind of a, okay, I've done my job, I can step down and let everybody else take over, essentially. So
yeah, I mean, he said, "Hey, internet, thanks for all the support over the past few months. While I was AFK, I'm back now with some big news to share. I decided to step down from my role at Riot Games. A combo of personal and professional considerations led me down this path. We've experienced some devastating personal losses last year, and I want to be closer to my surviving family." So I really think that what this is coming to is basically saying, like, look, like I've dumped my blood, sweat, life, and soul into this over the past umpteen years. It's time for me to take a step, like to really be with my family.
they should.
It's
If
respectable.
you're
is.
if you're running into deaths in the family and losses, then take a step back.
Totally
I think
understand.
I think what's annoying about this and frustrating is that the clickbaity bullshit that's coming up where they're like, oh, again, like
Riot MMO is
no,
in danger.
right? Like this is the
Right.
right. It's MMO's gonna fail. Like blah blah. It's like, dude, come on. Like, can you not respect? Like, I get it in a lot of other cases, but in this kind of case, where the dude's just trying to say, like, look, like I'm just trying to respect. I want to take time for my life.
Mhm.
Like you're using it as clickbait. Like that's just bullshit.
And if he says that it's in good hands, like I would imagine we can trust him. Like
And aside from the new league champion, what all has happened? Like, Riot's done a good job with their other stuff. Like,
that's true.
so they like to kick league in the nuts every once in a while, but
They finally fixed jungle.
Didn't they?
it's only taken them half the fucking season when the jungle was
Does-
supposed to be the most primary thing in it. But
Does Echo have a new
Nah.
skin?
No
No,
new
no
Echo
Echo.
skin.
Ain't
Echo's
coming back.
They're actually
getting
deleting
removed
him from the game
Yeah.
along with
Alright,
Yumi.
never coming back.
Yeah, and we're gonna go a little bit over chat. When we started doing these weekly things, we're like, oh man, we're gonna have so much time to talk about
Yeah.
other shit.
That's
And
why
we
in the beginning I
just
almost said we don't have time to
have-
derail. When you said it was fine, I'm like, we really don't.
But I do want to
Holding Bill.
I want to talk about this. I want to talk about this just for a second, right? Or a little bit, right? With PSVR 2. And where the landscape. PSVR, I've watched a lot of videos on it, and just that system in general. It is impressive what they've done with that system. Like that headset is very, very, very impressive.
That's what I was telling you the other day. I was actually impressed with what they've done with it, like so far. Like the fact that not only the headset, but the systems that they're putting into it as well, like the focal points. I can't remember what they call it, but it's like the games will, as you're playing them, upscale where your eye is, but downscale everything else around you to make
wow.
it easier on the system to handle it.
That's kind of impressive tech.
Yeah. And it's got full eye detection, full finger detection from the controllers.
I
And from
detect
what-
The one thing that I have seen that
games.
people are complaining about is it's still relying on archaic technology of IR sensors on the front to detect the controllers. I think Linus Tech Tips was playing the fucking robot dinosaur game. I forget the fucking name of it.
Yeah, it's the Horizon game.
Yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn or whatever it was. He was talking about how whenever you lift your hand in the back to grab an arrow, it still loses tracking.
Well, it's because it then relies on the gyroscope that's in the controller, which then fucks up, and so you go to grab something and you're not actually grabbing it, and it doesn't detect. And there's still flaws, and that's like I think where this is making a huge leap. I wish that they would have made it like the ability to buy the damn thing and play it on use it on a PC. Like I think that's a big whiff.
It still might come because like the PSVR, the first one did that, but it took a while for him.
I thought you had to mod it. I thought you had to like mod the system to do that.
I think you had to mod the system to do it, but I'm not entirely sure with Steam. I think the Steam just eventually came out with support for it, like they do with like the Steam VR and the PlayStation controllers.
Yeah, Steam, once they started doing PlayStation controller support, shortly worked that into it as well.
Yeah.
Were you guys something, Bill, or say something? Oh, I mean the issue that I have here, right, and we talked about this a little bit, Enigma, is I think the state of what VR is, like it's still like I feel like there's so much focus on the tech, which I understand has to be there, right? We need to get to a fidelity point. We need to get to a point where it feels good to play it, which I've heard the PSVR is one of the most comfortable headsets to wear. And it actually does a really good job. But the games that are there, right, are just, aside from like Half-Life Alyx and Boneworks, or maybe a select few, everything is either on rails or it's a fucking zombie survival shooter,
a puzzle game,
a puzzle game, or what. Like there's not enough to like push this genre forward, in my opinion. Like where I think
there's a lot of cool games at the last PlayStation showcase though that were outside of those genres.
They did show a lot.
What was not a like on rails, or like even like the Horizon thing?
I didn't think any of the games were on rails that they showed off at the last one, were they?
They, from everything I've heard, all of the games are kind of quote unquote on, like not in the sense that they're moving you, like you are moving forward without being, how do I say it, like that you're not the cart's not moving without you, but but like this is, you are still in a very, you're gonna go here. Like you are going to go here through this method, right? Yeah. And that's it. Like there's not like okay, like in Horizon, it's not like I could climb this wall over here, or I could like swing across, or I could jump down and do, like there was not. Linus put it very, very clearly. Like the open worldness is not there, which limits the feel of the game. Because again, in a world where I'm supposed to be immersed in what's going on, if I can't jump off the fucking ledge because I want to jump off the ledge, well then what the fuck am I doing? Like it prohibits you from doing that. So it's just, I don't know. The pricing structure, the VR, like the whole thing with VR, like I feel like it's inevitably where we need to go, but I just think that they're focusing on the wrong stuff. I think they're focusing on the tech versus the actual game. So
no. Oh, and again, I think that they need to. I don't think that the tech is there. It's getting close to being there, but I don't think it's there entirely.
Yeah. So that was just it. I just wanted to talk about it. All right. Well, that is wrapping it up for episode number 77. Do we have any questions in chat? I didn't see anything in the YouTube
really
side.
Ask.
No. You're not getting it. So you know what? If you wanted to put your questions in, maybe you should join our Discord, and you could go in there and you could post the questions and your topics of. What do you mean?
No, I'm trying to find the fucking invite.
Oh, I was like, wow, Discord, our pre-patch podcast Discord.
Discord partnered with Sony, and now he just can't be bothered anymore.
I can't do it anymore, guys.
Thanks, Sony.
But it's okay. He does love Epic. We know that now. It is official.
You shut your fucking whore mouth.
I'm not the one that has to shut it. You're the one that said it, not me.
Shut your whore mouth, sir. Right this fucking moment.
Enigma's gonna go eat soap after
I'm
this.
I'm I'm
Yeah.
I'm about to demonetize this just a blatant
You
use.
cannot call us epic shills anymore. I don't want to be called
I
a shill
can
at
indeed,
all.
sir. I can indeed.
Nope,
But
Sin is still a Blizzard chill, so that's the
hey
That
thing.
man,
is true. That
look,
is
dude,
accurate.
dude.
That
Next
is
week, I'm gonna tell
factually
you. I
accurate.
can tell you next week. You might as well go ahead and get ready because it is going to be nothing but Diablo 4 up in this bitch. So just be prepared. That podcast, all D4. But anyway, yeah, episode 77 in the bags. This week, I mean, I just gave mine away. It's all D4. It's gonna be Destiny 2 and D4. What do you guys? You guys got any content or anything planned? Anything going around the horn?
Still playing your Replicant. I'm
How you liking it, by the
getting
way?
ready for my charity stream at the end of the month. So
Birthday boy.
I'll probably have more details on that on the next podcast.
For
Nice.
sure.
We're gonna shave your beard and your head. You just become a big.
Shave beard, purple hair.
Purple
Yo,
hair,
let-
no eyebrows.
How much do I have to donate to get you to shave your beard, shave your head, shave your eyebrows?
I'm not doing that. So
Sin will do it.
let's play a game. You throw donations at the charity stream,
We'll
and we'll
see.
see if you hit an amount that makes that happen.
I'm just saying, is it? Will your work allow you to come in fucking looking like just a big penis?
No, they will not. They
No,
they
damn
just
it.
lifted the hair color policy, which is why hair color is on the table. But
Yeah, but wait, is there a policy about shaved eyebrows? If there's not a policy there, then the policy is non-existent.
They
So we
can't have
can
a policy.
If
about
there
that.
if there's not a rule, there's no rule to break, Bill.
exactly. I'm just saying. I want to. I want to shave you like a naked
my
mole rat.
eyebrows are beautiful, though. They're one of my
Yeah,
best
no,
features.
They really are, but they gotta go.
You gotta go, bud.
Everybody's got their
You gotta
price.
go.
Chat, that's what I want to see. And Bill's channels and live streams from now on, you keep hounding this man
What's
until
that
he gives me a
price?
fucking price on what it takes to make him look like a goddamn naked mole rat. So
Yeah,
I'll
I'll have
come
more
and- I'll-
details about that. It'll be Resident Evil 4 primarily because that comes out on
yeah,
my
that's
birthday
right.
as well. So
demo drop for that today, by the way, as well. I know, Bill, you're trying to get some footage of that, but the demo.
yeah, I'll have that for you
dropped.
guys next week.
Talk about it next week for sure. Yep.
Nice.
Yep. Scruff.
Scruffy.
Same stuff really that I've been doing. I keep
Call of Duty.
saying it, gotta get back to Hogwarts. I need to go back to the wizarding world.
We're never gonna
Um,
go back to playing that game. We just
dude,
all need to face it.
there is just too many games that are coming out right now, and it's tough. I've never been in this problem before. Usually I'm in a funk and I don't know
we had an
what.
entire year of delays, and now they're all catching up to us.
Now they're all cut. It's exactly what's happening. So no, same stuff. If I can get to it, Hogwarts, more Atomic Heart, and more COD, and then sprinkle in a little High on Life, here and there when me and my boy can get together and play that. So we'll see.
Fuck, I forgot about Atomic Heart.
Yeah, I know, right? And
Yeah.
there's just so many.
Enigma, you got anything?
Definitely playing more Wild Hearts for sure. Probably carry Bill through some more stuff, and then we'll get into end game.
Please
Same
and
with
thank
you.
you.
You need to get your ass back on there.
I
Right,
think,
you
I
got
think I'm
ditching
getting
games
past
like
you
Call
at
of
this
Duty.
point.
Did you guys get beat Amaratsu?
I beat Amaratu. Yeah.
Nah, we just
Bill's
we
a couple
got up to
away.
Death Stalker. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
No, I know.
there's
I need to
that
get back
one.
on there.
That one, and then I continuously say it that I'm not going to pre-order Diablo 4, but I will probably.
Yes,
end up
you will.
Diablo 4, unfortunately. But
Is anybody
I don't
playing
know.
Hogwarts or finishing Hogwarts? Like
I play Hogwarts on occasion.
Why?
I played a little bit of it the other night. So yeah. So still going with that.
I
But,
had a very good opportunity yesterday to play Hogwarts as Destiny
Yeah,
was on
we
an
were all
update,
telling him
and,
to.
and my entire chat's like, "Oh, just go back to Hogwarts." And I was like, "Nah,
And then
fuck
you
it,
went to
I'm,
Call of
played
Duty.
fucking
I'm sending
Call of
it to
Duty.
God." So,
Don't
yeah,
get it, man. I don't get it. But yeah, I will again, like I said, I have continuously said that I will not pre-order it, but unfortunately my will is not.
yo, you just wait, bro. You're gonna see me playing that shit, and you are going to be
probably.
I'll probably do
in.
the same.
in. So for me, it will be Diablo 4 on the 17th. You can go ahead and plan that the 17th I will be streaming, the 18th I will be streaming, the 19th I will be streaming. I am trying to get my family to leave me the fuck alone for 3 days so that I can just binge the shit out of that game. Yeah, but up to that, probably some more Destiny 2 and Wild Hearts. Hogwarts, I need to play. I don't know. We'll sprinkle it in somewhere, but yeah, that's kind of what we've got going on. So with that one, boys and girls, episode number 77 is in the books. Make sure again that you check out our Discord. Head there. Again, a great place to put in your topics that you want to talk about. You can ask questions. Maybe we're flirting with the idea of letting you guys listen to some of the banter that I don't fucking know if we'll have to. You will have to sign the biggest like affidavit, NDA, like shit to listen to what we talk about before the show. But yeah, it's a great place to be. Also, make sure you go and hit us up on all of the different platforms, Twitch, YouTube, hit the like, the subscribe button. Go tell a friend, not that you love them, but if you loved them enough, you would tell them about our show. Like that's the taste I always take. Like
our
if I don't,
show, for what I'm getting from that is our show saves lives. So
100%. No, absolutely.
Text your mama about
Absolutely.
our show. Text your mama.
Yeah. I was literally going to punt a bunny yesterday, and then I heard Bill's sultry voice on the pre-patch podcast. I decided to not do that. So I did not kick the bunny.
Allegedly.
What do you mean allegedly?
Just kidding. Just kidding, Twitch. Just kidding.
Anyway, that's it, guys. We're out of here. We will catch you next week right here on the pre-patch podcast. See ya.
Anyanya.
Arrivederci.
I gotta poop.
Installation.